amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Water.
For the first time here for season 3. Davis on pole, Vandergren in second. It's going to be sprint round action here tonight. Let's go racing here at Daytona. It was a good start there from Davis in comparison to Vandergren in behind. Cowan's absolutely bogged it up and already dropped out of the top 3 here as they come down towards turn 1 for the first time. There's biffing and barging between Gallen and Cowan. These guys are still going at it after last season. They survived for this time by though. Through turn 2 and 3 they come. Nice and clean, boys. Keep it up as they come up to...
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride, whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
ride with Shannons.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Through turn 1, it was a horrible start from De Bono, who's absolutely bogged it up and gets eaten alive by Dixon and Gowans as they come on through. Through turn 1 they come, and they all spread out around in towards the first sector of the Silverstone circuit. They look all right at the moment. Okay, there's already been a car spun round. That's Jordan Ferguson off wide.
Is green, green, green at Road Atlanta here as well. Faulkner did get away. De Bono is tucked in as well. Unfortunately, Houghton is on that outside line. De Bono does want to turn it to 2. He's got the job. De Bono's overtaken. Now can he get Ben Faulkner up through turns 2 and 3? They go round the right-hander, dropping down the hill. Faulkner's out in front. De Bono second. Houghton third. Ratcliffe in fourth. No real dramas going into turn 1.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Water. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Reece Tanak and Jamie Dyson just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't implemented it, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see if we get a good run. Dodds just absolute thinker, but it is a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, whatever it is you may be watching from, and welcome back to SRW TV, and welcome in to the Warren & Brown Tools Viet Supercars series for the Split 2 and Split 1 action here tonight as we rocket around the streets of Belle Isle in Detroit, Michigan for two fantastic sets of sprint races, two 20-minute races for both splits here tonight, 4 races in total. You're going to be in for some wonderful action across the next couple of hours. I'm your commentator here tonight, Hamish Munro, joined as always by Steve Sinkovic. Sinker, we're already at round 3 of the season. The Split 2 action has been absolutely extraordinary, and Jordan Mazzaroli is right now the man on a mission and the man to beat in the Split 2 field.
He's done an exceptional job, mate. He's done really, really well. There's, what have we got, 2.35 miles, 3.78 kilometres of 14 turns of action-packed walls. Nowhere for the weak mind to run off to, apart from some dust and some carbon fibre and plastic flying everywhere. So this is going to be crazy. Could be a test for Mazzaroli. We don't know what he's like in close quarters, but we know that some of these other boys have gone here before and done really well.
Well, we know that he had to fight his way through the field back at Brands Hatch. Had to, of course, come from P10 on the road to P1 to win the second race on the night in round 1. Last week, well, he ran away with things. Had an extraordinary result, but did not get the win. That, of course, went to Callan Hodgkinson. And last week, for both splits, it was the story of Blackout OPR, winning both splits last week in the 60-minute races, Sinker. But I think the name on everybody's lips at the moment, if it's not Jordan Mazzaroli for Split 2, it's Di Felbin, who had an extraordinary run last week to become the first ever female driver to finish in an overall top 5 position in SRW. In an extraordinary run. We've already got a pit lane start for car 743. Contact on lap 2 with car 71 here in qualifying. So, unfortunately, for Nathan Gardner, he will have to start from pit lane.
Yeah, I've got my stream going. I've just shared it with you, but I need to give it a bit of a tweak because Trading Paints is deciding to just do some really weird crap tonight. But I'll tell you what, cars are looking spectacular, aren't they, mate? And this track really makes them pop. A little bit of concrete, less grip, but makes the cars look awesome. And there's that little exit bit. That was that Mazzaroli that just found that?
That was Lawrence that just found that.
That was Lawrence. It's the Stefan Lawrence.
He did well to find it at this stage. But for Mazzaroli, he's P2 in the session. The only driver getting to the 31s here in qualifying, well, that is, of course, Stefan Lawrence. The top end of town. Mazzaroli is the closest to that point, but he's just struggling through turn 3. We have gotten to the point now, Sinker, where we're almost guaranteed a safety car every week in Split 2. I think even more so this week, of course, being it is Belle Isle. It's a street circuit, concrete barriers, a whole heap of talent percentiles across the whole field. You know, they're not as tightly contested as, say, Split 1 is. They're not as high a level as Split 1 is either. So there's a lot of room for mistakes, a lot of room for fantastic battling, which you've seen all season, and for some fantastic racing. But I think it's almost a guarantee tonight at one point across the 2 races, the Warren & Brown Tools safety car will be out on track.
Yeah, I think so. I think, look, this is a tough track, some really tough braking zones. Probably one of them, a toughest one, where you are sitting at what is it? Turn. You got the first turn at the start, and then you got your tight right hander. That one seems to bottleneck very, very quickly in the first lap.
I think turn 3, turn 4. If there's a bit of argy-bargy with some drivers, we could find something there. But I think turn 7 as well, where you can often find a car will come in a bit too hot, hit the tyre barrier on the outside, and then the track will be jammed, and there's nowhere for anyone to go. So I think it's going to be tough.
We've already seen 3 cars use that so far in good qualies, and it looks like it's going to be a tough braking point.
Do we think, though, the drivers are going to have the wherewithal to use the runoff in the race, or they're just going to try and make the corner and they'll end up in the barrier?
I don't know. This we know that this track is tough on breaking points and hitting your markers right all the time. And part of the problem with this track is that there's a couple of really key spots. There's a bounce right on the spot of the braking zone, and if you hit it too early or too late, you hit the bounce and you lose traction. So there's a couple of key points where the good boys are going to really watch it. But I don't know. I think there's going to be action aplenty. If anyone wants to put some money on how many safety cars, let's have a crack.
We could be in for a multitude. We could see the first safety car appearance since round 1 in the Split 1 field. We never saw it last week at Indy for Split 1.
Yeah.
And tonight I think we're just as likely to get it. I think for Split 2 though, the percentile is of course a bit higher again, just because of that talent discrepancy across the whole field. It's not as close or as high level as Split 1. But in saying that, last week at Indy, Split 2 put on an absolute cracker of a race of the season thus far for sure, and tough to beat because that race was absolutely incredible. A lot of tips and turns and ups and downs, and I don't know if there's anything on the calendar that screams at me that it's going to overtake that for best race of the season just yet.
Yeah, I look at that at this point. We've seen some spectacular races here, but yeah, that has been an absolute cracker. The timing tower is Stefan Lawrence has really surprised me. 131.674, being up there. Mazzaroli is done well. Van der Meulen in third. Jacob Trainer, my boy, in fourth. He's been up at the pointy end this season, so the improvement's getting there. Kai Jones, Daniel Clutterbuck. I saw the TMX building today. I went past that in town. Dan Bartouche, Marty Hughes. I skipped over. Dan Bartouche was seen heaps of improvement this season in a V8 in a car he hasn't really driven much at all. So good to see. But times are slowly starting to tick, and we are down to the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes and counting. Of course, they will get cut off at the 15, being that it is a sprint round, so they have to get their laps completed before that time, being that it is a 1.5-minute lap time. If you cross the line at 14 minutes, you're never going to get another lap time in, and that'll be your qualifying over. For Bartosz, with a mistake at turn 7, he has got enough time to at least get one more attempt in to get his time a little bit further up the board.
Evening, Laura. Thank you for joining us as usual. There's plenty of people out there. Please like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell. And let everyone know to come in and watch, because it's going to be a killer night.
Just quickly, Cowie pops into the 32s up to P7. He was previously down in behind Brad Hayes in P11 in qualifying, so he's done well to find some pace out of that PSR Camaro. New paints on those cars this season. We're just awaiting their Mustangs to be finished so we can look at both in proper refined detail on track. I think further back in the field, Hodgkinson just... I think last week, nothing against Cal, but I think taking advantage of a situation, and that paid dividends for him, being able to take the win. You know, he pit under the safety car. The guys at the front didn't, and he kept himself clean and put himself in a position to win the race. He didn't win it on pure pace. He won it on strategy, which in Split 2, you know, you obviously got to be consistent, but I think having good strategy is also going to be a master stroke every couple of weeks.
I don't. Yeah, 100%. That car's glued, mate. You see him come around that corner.
Yep.
That was very, very tight. Nicely set up.
Running on those rears, which is what you want in this car. Of course, Tony Baker's now gone P17 in qualifying. Cal's probably only going to get this one more lap in quali, as Baker's actually gone around. Yeah, that's qualifying over for Baker. Probably qualifying over for Ferguson and Brett Taylor as well, who's just crossed the line. So final time should be coming in for Stefan Lawrence. He is currently provisional pole position, and Jordan Mazzaroli is not looking like he's able to beat that time just yet.
Yeah, it looks like the CWT, one of those cars, is in a bit of wall damage as well. Looking a bit less pretty, we'll call it. Terry Taylor hopefully cleaner driving after last few weeks. Everyone getting used to each other in the cars. Yeah, look, you're always going to get a little bit of argy-bargy here and there, but you know what? All in all, it was pretty good. You're always going to expect.
I don't think it's been relatively dirty.
I
just think like there's, you know, the
tracks have been tough.
obviously learning the car. Everyone's learning the car, not just these guys, the guys in Split 1 as well. It's the talent discrepancy, again, that pace discrepancy. Guys who are a bit lower on the totem of Australian supercars as we come to an end of qualifying. And Mazzaroli, he'll start on the front row, Sinker, but he will not start in P1 as car 021 has been given a pit lane start for contact with car 052. That is going the way of Jordan Ferguson. So the VRT driver will have to start from pit lane in this race. Starting grid, though, for race number 1 here this evening for the Split 2 crowd will be Stefan Lawrence on pole position. Jordan Mazzaroli in P2 with Sean Vandermill and Jacob Traynor on your second row of the grid. Kai Jones, Daniel Clutterbuck will make up your top 6 with Andrew Cowan, Marty Hughes, your top 8 as Dan Bartish and Ron Allen make up the top 10. Brad Hayes, Jeff Arnold, your top 12 cars on the grid this evening. As we scroll on back to Alan Mazzaroli, great qualifying from him. He's found some good pace, Sinker. Struggled in the first couple of weeks of the season. Obviously, round 1 hit the safety car, and then last week, well, didn't really know where he was going around Indy, but it seems that he's got some glue in him for Belle Isle. Craig Healy will then start alongside with Michael Quash, Di Feldman, your top 16, Tony Baker, Scott Weston, Brett Taylor, and Callan Hodgkinson, your top 20. Martin Lipsky, Kurt Nommensen, Jordan Ferguson would have started out of P23, will now start out of the pit lane for making contact under the safety car, under the qualifying, as Chris Tomlin will now start out of P24 as well. Mark Peck, Greg Johnson, Luke Crum, his first time on track this season for LCR Esports. We'll see how Crummy goes alongside Travis Nielsen on your 14th row of the grid, with Brad Anderson and Mark Cochran making up the top 30. Greg Leake, Nathan Gardner will start at the rear of the grid after contact early in qualifying, with Josh King at the back of the field, as well as Johnny Rowe.
Car number 4, lap 6, instant responsibility. Alan Mazzaroli will
I assume he's going to have a pit lane
on
start.
the pit lane. Yeah, and there's 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. They've finished all their little bits and pieces that they've got to do. So we are getting ready to have an absolute cracker here at Belle Isle. And some of these fantastic statues that surround this beautiful, pristine area. It's around a big lake, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on an island, so it's actually in the big lake that kind of separates Detroit, Chicago. There's another major city it also separates as well. But in that big lake, this kind of sits in the canal that enters into Detroit. It is a man-made island, similar to Montreal, similar to Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. So this is wasn't made to be a racetrack, but it became one. And for a long period of time.
It's similar to what Monaco is turning into.
No.
They've reclaimed 25% of Monaco at the moment is all reclaimed.
Oh. Or by France.
I watched a special on that the other day.
Well.
There you go.
So watching Split 2, coming into this with the expectation that it's going to be super, super clean, probably not the wrong expectation, but you could also come into it and say, well, it's a much bigger pace and racecraft discrepancy across the whole field. That's not taking anything away from the drivers, though, because we have had some incredible racing in Split 2 throughout all the chaos, but it hasn't been dirty chaos. It's been just people getting caught up in the wrong thing.
It's been tough racing.
Exactly. Just tough door-to-door racing, which is what we love.
You're going to get it here because all it takes is someone to just touch that wall a little bit and bounce off it and bounce back into the cars.
Exactly.
So it's going to be very tough. And it's also trying to get a lot of cars through fairly narrow parts of the track. So qualifying very important for this track. And Stefan has done fantastic with Jordan Mazzaroli behind him. Going to be key. We're coming up now. You got your tonsils ready, mate? You ready to go do some screaming?
Yeah, my
second camera is sitting on the legendary Di Feldman.
Yeah, well, she had a great run last time out on track at Indianapolis. Can she match it tonight? Could the strategy go her way? Will the luck of the roll the dice go her way, or as well for Callan Hodgkinson like last week too? Lights are going to go up though. We're going to go racing at Belle Isle. 20 minutes to come your way for the first sprint of the evening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we are out and we are away for race number 1 this evening. It was a great start from the front runners, including Lawrence, who started on pole, leads the pack through 1 and 2. But can they keep it clean down towards the infamous turn 3, where we could see an early bingle and an early safety car called as well. But Mazzaroli's hungry to try and dive it up the inside early. Lawrence covers into turn 3. Great job from the right sim racing car as he leads them through towards turn 4 as well.
Oh, down the back, there's a little bit of contact. Guy has got a bit of rotation. It looks like
I just noticed
Baker has given her a hug, but she's got through.
So Brad Hayes had a minor spin out of turn 3 as Mark Peck's now had a moment back there as well at turn 4. That M1 Racing car into the wall.
As my young boy says, she's cooked, Dad.
Maybe a little bit overcooked, possibly. A bit of burn on that one. Johnny Rose not made the start of race number 1. We'll see if he makes the start of race 2 as Lawrence leads them through turn 7. So no safety car called just yet, but a couple of self-made mistakes through 3 and 4 for Brad Hayes and Di Feldman and Mark Peck as well. Actually, Rowe has started. He started from pit lane. He's just exited the pits now. I have to wonder if he'd actually maybe jump to pits. I'm not sure. But for Lawrence and Mazzaroli, what a start.
License yelled out, pit open, but epic start. And I'll tell you what, it is a tough track, but the cars look good on this track. You get some really close-up views of the cameras on this grid, the way it's all set up. So ripping fighting. Down the back, nice and clean as well. Looking good.
Done well. We've had confirmation from his boss, Jack Anderson, that Johnny Rowe had tech issues, so he's only just actually left the lane to start this race. So that's why he started slightly later. He had some tech issues to deal with. But for Lawrence and Mazzaroli,
on track tonight.
It's great to see, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic to see.
And it's good. It's not the same 34 that it was last week. There's people that, have work commitments, life commitments that can't always make it. And they yell it out in Discord. Geez, God help us tonight when everyone's in.
We might have a bit of a struggle from that one if that happens.
Yeah.
Let's have a look what happened to Di Feldman on lap 1 down at turn 3.
Very
as well
lucky.
to Tony Baker too. So this was down towards 3. She had Baker on her inside. He looked to dive it up. Oh, they had a little bit of argy-bargy.
Yep, very lucky both ways. That could have been against Di. There was 4 there, so she didn't really have much room to go. But they were very lucky that they both put the anchors on and minimal damage. They both continued straight on.
And this was Mark Peck's moment down at 4. So he had Kurt Nommensen on his inside. Oh, big lock-up under brakes behind, I think that might have been Martin Lipsky, and that's what's put him into the wall. As there's been another big crash.
Mazzaroli's got himself a drive-through.
Yep, I was about to say, we've had a big incident here. Tony Baker and Craig Healy.
There's
been a
Healy's
massive
just called
one.
that in.
Baker is up on the wall. This could be a safety car.
He's caught in the net like a fish.
What has happened with Craig Healy and Tony Baker down at turn 7? So Healy came in under brakes. Oh, that looks like a steering failure.
There is, that's been called in. Baker's called that in, and so as the other person that was involved. He's waiting for a tow.
So what's happened to Tony Baker?
He was involved.
Oh, he had a lock-up. Oh, okay, he did that on his own.
Oh, on his own. He's just mounted the wall. He just bounced up on it.
He must have just felt
that sucks.
He felt some desire, it seems, Sinker, to get up on the wall. But the safety car has been called. We are now under safety car as Lawrence will get picked up by it on the next lap around as Piccoli is out on track in the Warner Brown Tools Mercedes-AMG safety car.
Because I didn't hear it on my end.
I saw her leave pits, so I knew.
Okay. If there's anyone out there that anyone's wanting to watch, you got your eyes on someone, your teammate out there, let us know. When we get the opportunity to show them, we will.
I have to agree with Max Packets in the chat. These Wright liveries look mint. It is a nice looking car, this Wright sim racing car at the front end of town. Really nice, really bright. And again, the sunshine at Detroit really puts a shine on these cars, Sinker. Really shows them off well. Similar to Phillip Island. It's another track I like taking photos of the cars at.
Yeah, they're all looking pretty mint. And the people are taking pride in their vehicles. There's our little pit driver out there. I believe Stephanie Bacoli is our safety car driver for this evening.
She is indeed.
And in the bottom room is Tyson McAvoy with Matty Keane.
What's happened? Mark Cochran had an incident. I think he might have just had to pull it up at some point. So there's been some multitude of incidents throughout all of this. So earlier as well, after Peck had already run into the wall, did he have to park or did he actually have another incident further back? This is what I was looking for. Okay, now the car was already destroyed by this point, so it's just struggling back to pits. And then Alan Razzaroli back in the field had one himself. So what's happened to him behind Jordan Ferguson?
He's going to have a drive-through for, I think he missed his break point.
Oh, yeah, that's what that would be. And goodbye.
Bounced off. Well, lucky.
That was great evasion, though, by Ferguson. Just waited, turned in a little bit late, let the car go past him. Stayed out of trouble. And then Brad Hayes as well caught up in some trouble. He had a half spin at turn 3 on lap 1. Oh, but that's not a half. Oh, that's still a half spin. Only just touched the wall. Just
touched the wall. Just touched the wall.
Oh, no, he has his paint updated, Jack Oz. He has got the Serco paint on there. New sponsorship for that team of Velocity Racing Team. They've got Serco on board now, paying for their VRS subscriptions for the year. So they're now on the side of their car. Where's Jordan on track? There it is there. So yeah, they've got some new sponsors on board as well. But we didn't have to wait very long for the safety car sync up, which we kind of expected.
Right. Yeah, look, this is the concrete jungle of the US.
Yeah.
And yeah, we expected what we expect out there, and it's a tough one, especially with these cars and the way a lot of people are still mucking around with their setups, and front tyres tend to slide a little bit, and when you slide on this track, you do slide straight into a wall.
Yep, you do. There is only about 3 sections of runoff around this whole track. Jacob Traynor, P6 at the moment, down 2 spots. So he hasn't had the start that he would have wanted, Sinker. Gave up a spot to both Kai Jones and Daniel Clutterbuck. Yeah. But he's shown some good pace as of late. So we'll see if he can make his way further back up.
Yeah, he's been doing extremely well. He seems to settled into the car a little bit better than some of the other boys, but it'll take time. I think by round 4, a lot of guys will settle their little bugs and work all their bits and pieces out. Safety car is going to come in shortly.
Clutters, he's done well off the start as well.
There is a wave around coming through.
That'll be for Johnny Rowe, I would say. He had those configuration issues before the race, managed to make the start. It was about half a lap down on the whole field, so obviously has gone a lap down in this whole period, gets his wave around now, and he can fully focus on trying to get into this race and get something out of these, well, the next sort of 12 minutes of this race as well.
Some guys are still bloody weaving during a wave around. It's like they've been told, do not weave during a wave around. It's... No, it's just a safety issue.
Andrew Proctor in the chat saying iRacing needs to hurry up and release Adelaide. That'll be fun to watch these guys battle on. Well, Andrew, they did scan it. They only scanned it back in November, so we're probably going to be waiting until, I'd say, at least November of this year until we get it. So it'll be a little bit of a wait.
One more lap, just because of the late wave around. So they're going to do that one more. We are how many minutes into? We're nearly at the halfway point.
Yep. So we probably won't get another safety car unless we get an immediate crash.
And then 4 crap laps on the safety car. But they'll get this rocking and rolling now as long as people don't get crazy. Adelaide. We'll see. It took them a while to get the Gen 3, so obviously Australia's not a priority.
It's less though. It's shorter to get the cars to get the tracks released than as the cars because there's no parity needed for tracks.
Look, it depends on what's a priority with the US tracks and everything like that. You got Pukekohe as well. That was scanned way before that was. But it would be spectacular to have a few more tracks. What is it? It's Adelaide. What else got scanned? Sydney,
Adelaide, the Bend, and SMP coming our way onto iRacing
Okay, so we would have enough tracks to do an Aussie series.
Well, the only other track I would want, probably the only other 2 tracks I would want is Barbagallo and the Gold Coast Street Circuit. They're probably the only other 2 tracks I would want that we don't have.
Yeah, we got to go too far to go WA.
Or Simmons Plains. Simmons Plains would be nice as well.
Yeah. Look, but I think there'll be enough. I think with what we've got out there, once they finish the scans, I mean, the band, you can do a couple of configurations. There's enough there for a complete Aussie season.
No, for sure.
Which would be spectacular.
I think that'd be great. I mean, obviously, if we got more, then the Sunday series could run just Aussie tracks. Once
Look, you could do a proper Aussie championship like in real world. Follow the real world calendar.
Wow.
You know, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we'd still need the likes of Queensland Raceway, Hidden Valley, Simmons Plains, and the Melbourne GP circuit, which I don't think we'll ever get on iRacing, unfortunately.
That'll be impossible to scan.
Not impossible to scan, more so just because of the licensing with F1.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like the safety car is heading in. Everyone has been told no more weaving. Please all tuck in behind each other, nice and tidy like.
Oh, we can use Coda Supercars Racer. They have at Coda West layout.
Yeah, but it depends. It's also an indie track, so that's how they get them from or whatever they are. So it's not a traditionally F1 only.
Yeah, because
like,
they also
like
run
Monaco.
They also run NASCAR there and.
Yeah, correct.
GTs
like Monaco's
well.
purely F1. That's it.
Yeah, well,
Albert
Park is over that as well.
Racing under safety car conditions.
Oh, so that is going to Mark Cochran. So Lawrence will have control of the field up towards the line. He's gone green. We got green flag running once again.
Nice and clean everywhere, even down the back. Oh, even down the back. Oh, was that Josh? Oh, someone's got one of the new EWT cars has gone into the ball of his tail. Looked like a part of his tail came off, but it looks like it's fixed itself.
Yeah, it's just decided to
reattach.
Yeah, have a bit of a reattachment.
Yeah, I swear it looked like it was flying in the air.
So turn 3 has been kept clean this time by it. As he rocket through turn 5 and up towards turn 6 as well for Mazzaroli and Lawrence. If
Really
Lawrence could
important
get this
part of
win,
the track here.
Yeah, just tuck it in, try and hope that
you
can just keep it in check. I think for Mazzaroli at the moment, it is just sit back and wait. There's no point going for the attack just yet on Lawrence.
Yeah, there's 2 different lines coming into this corner too, and just as you get to this bit here, there's a bump right here, boom, and it's right on the point where you'd want to, modulate. Oh,
Kai
I got
Jones.
rotating.
That was Kai Jones at turn 7.
Oh, they got trying to get 2 through there.
Traynor as well. So some big moments in towards the fountain.
Yep, race restart is under review. Looks like there could have been a few breaches here and there. Doing really well there by Jacob Traynor, getting around there. Looks like there was a bit of sparks flying, but well done.
This was Kai Jones down towards turn 7. What has happened to him under brake? So he tried, just locked it up. A little bit of a knock with Vandermeulen and then hard into the barrier. That might get looked at poorly from race control because of the contact that was caused. And then this was Traynor straight afterwards. So Vandermeulen into the wall. And then Traynor's come through. What's happened to him down here? Oh, he just looped it off of turn 8.
Oh, he's just caught it. Lost a couple of places. Well, that was lucky he kept it off the wall.
Very lucky for Jacob Traynor.
Oh,
look at
Ty
Feldman.
Bottom screen. Have a look at the back of...
Ty Feldman is twerking as she drives down the back straight.
Yeah, so I was about to say. That rear end was just about to fly off and hit one of my cars, I reckon.
It was a bit loose on the back of Ty Feldman's car. The front 2 have now broken away.
It was
from
like
Daniel 3.2 seconds is now the gap just about between P2 and P3 on the road. So it looks to be a one-on-one battle between Mazzaroli and Lawrence up towards the line. We've got 5.5 minutes to go in this race, and not long left for these drivers to survive the streets of Belle Isle for race 1. We'll then hop into race 2, not too far away. Martin Lipsky's gone off the road at turn 7, and he's used updated car 15 passing under safety car and contact on the restart. Stop and hold penalty for Mark Cochran.
Stop and hold.
So what has
car
happened?
15.
What has happened to Lipsky down at turn 7? So he had Nommensen in behind, one of the EWT cars in front.
And then he's given a nose to recontact, so he's got, so he's got extra, like 2 penalties under 1 to serve.
That's for Cochrane. For Lipsky.
Cochrane, yes, correct.
Yeah, so for Lipsky's contact, let's just get a better view of this. What's happened to him down at turn 7? So he had Nommensen in behind. He was chasing one of the EWT cars. Let's see if we can get a better view of this. Oh, he's locked up. Straight line the corner. Nommensen nowhere to go. Yeah.
He was lucky. He's cleared a few cars there.
I think Nommensen's pretty clear on that.
That could have been a safety car quite easily then if it's just a little bit more timing.
Very could have. Very could have. I think for Nommensen, he'll come off clean for that one. There was nothing he could do. It was Lipsky who locked it up and straight line the corner into his path. But for Lawrence and Mazzaroli, the one-on-one continues for the next 4 minutes of this race. But Mazzaroli's playing the patient game. He's playing the championship game at the moment. He leads the title race into this week's events. And P2 on the road is enough to keep him the lead of the championship, Sinker. He's not going to drop the lead just yet. Drive-through penalty, 100%. Car 145. Contact, nose to rear on the safety car restart. That
145.
Yeah, that is going the way.
To Brad Hayes.
Brad
nose
Hayes.
to contact.
Yeah, so not a good night so far for Apex Esports League, it seems.
Jordan Mazzaroli's just last lap, the 132.166, so he set the fastest time. He's blistering it. Here we go. Ooh. Bottom screen, there was a little flick out there. The tail got happy behind one of the Apex cars. I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Jordan. Is Jordan Ferguson?
No, it was Travis Nielsen who's right behind
Travis
her.
Nielsen.
That's Travis Nielsen.
No, a few steps back.
Sorry,
Travis,
Jordan Ferguson. Yes,
it was a bit of a flick. His rear end went out, but he got it reconnected real quick, got the pedal to the metal and got it going again. I'm going to switch it across now to 145 multiple incidents on lap 6. He's got to stop and hold. That's Brad Hayes. So people are getting punished for incidents. They need to be a bit more careful.
They're putting the hammer down on them, and they should know that at this track, you've got to be patient. You've got to take your time. It's a concrete jungle. This is not a track that you can be, egregious on. You have to be cautious. Di Felben, though. She's got the cojones to go for it at turn 6 inside of Nielsen.
We got the blackout cars hit the wall.
Who was that hit it? It might have been Nathan Gardner. Yeah, it was Nathan Gardner who hit the wall.
Yep.
Started at the back of the field, so not a good night for him. 2 minutes left. 2 more laps for Lawrence and Mazzaroli. The battle at the front of the field for the first win of the night across 4 races. 2 in split 2, 2 in split 1.
He's making it. He knows he's nearly got no more time left. He wants those extra few points. Putting the pressure on. Great drive there by Stefan Lawrence. Previous AMS champion at SRW. This is going back in, I think, first. Oh, finally the rear end of Di Felben's car has fallen off.
The zip ties finally gave way, it seems.
Yep. There was no gaffer tape, Gorilla Tape that would hold that. Put that on my list, Gorilla Tape sponsor.
Off the back of Stefan Lawrence's car now, you can see the pressure being applied from Jordan Mazzaroli, who's been an absolute diamond in the rough this season for Split 2. Leads the title race, came out punching on all cylinders in round 1. Round 2, a little bit unlucky, but still got a good chunk of points after a poor strategy play. For Lawrence, though, this would be an incredible win. His first of the season, might be his first overall win altogether in SRW Sinker.
No, not in SRW, but in the new phase, yes.
Yeah.
Dan Bartush is having a cracker down there as well. I've just switched the camera down there, having a bit of a run there with Marty Hughes.
Yeah, Bartush not quite up to his regular pace that we've seen this season here at Sinker. Maybe not too comfortable on the streets of Detroit. 1 lap left to go, though. White flag for Lawrence and Mazzaroli as their battle will fire up the fans and the crowd for one more time in race number 1. Can Lawrence survive at the front, or can Mazzaroli pip him to get another win this season? He's putting the pressure on him, but has he put too much pressure on himself? Running it wide at turn 2 for Mazzaroli, scraping the wall is not going to help things for him in the 061 Mustang.
White flag, white flag.
As we enter turn 4, they've been hitting their marks to absolute perfection all throughout the race, keeping themselves in check. As
that's
who
a
was that?
rotation back to
That was
Bambar
huge.
too.
Oh, contact
Was
with
it Hughes?
Mazzaroli and Lawrence.
Contact in the front too. Oh, is he going to readdress it? He
He
has,
is.
but it
He's
looks
let
like
him
it's open
go.
to Daniel Clutterbuck to come through.
Clutters is coming through. Vandermeulen's right there as well. Massive chaos at the end of race 1.
Oh,
And
they can smell the
Lawrence-
blood in the water. It's like chum at the moment.
Clutters on the outside, banging wheels. Lawrence is not going to give up this win after that moment. He's just saying to him, hey, I would have won this if it wasn't for the contact. Don't steal it from me now. As he comes
Well done,
round
Lawrence. That was
through.
a nice clean pass away through, but Clutterbuck took advantage of the situation. Also, Sean Vandermeulen coming right through. Jordan Mazzaroli too.
He's on the podium now as Vandermeulen, as is Clutterbuck for the final couple of corners for Stefan Lawrence to the right. Sim Racing crew around the final corner. He'll take the first win tonight on the streets of Detroit through chaos and controversy. On the last lap in the dying embers, Clutterbuck will come across the line P2. Vandermeulen sneaks it onto the podium as Mazzaroli licks his wounds. Cal will
That
make
was
up
great
the
effort.
top
I think
5.
Clutterbuck thinks there's another lap left.
He might do. Bardish P6, Ron Allen P7, Jacob Traynor P8, Jeff Arnold P9, Michael Quash will start pole position for race 2 with Scott Weston, Kai Jones, Carlin Hodgkinson, Brett Taylor, Chris Tomlin. Your top 15. Luke Crum returned to the series, up 11 spots tonight in race 1 into P16. Kurt Nommensen, P17. Travis Nielsen up 10 into P18. Jordan Ferguson up 4 into P19 after starting from pit lane. Mark Peck, after a massive contact on lap 1, managed to make his way up 5 positions into P20 in this race. Johnston, Hughes, Anderson, Road, Gardner, Leak, King, Felben, Lipsky, Hayes, Baker, Alan Mazzaroli and Mark Cochran at the back of your field, and Craig Healy, a non-finisher here this evening. But for Stefan Lawrence, well, it was... Oh, that was a bit of a scare for him, I think we could say.
Yeah, great drive and also a great recovery for him as well, getting that spot back from Clutters. He did really well. And also, viewers out there, don't forget, we got 2 races here, but we've also got split 1 coming after this. So get warmed up, get ready, settle in. It's a full night. It's amazing racing.
Barbs is saying we need to skip warm-up. So he needs to fast forward it so we don't miss the start of split 1, it seems, Sinker. Oh, it's a bit tentative. So I think we might be moving straight into race 2.
That's okay. I'm sure the drivers will all be there. It was only a 20-minute. There might be some of them like Leaky that might need to get the frame out and work their way to the toilet and back.
The Zimmer frame.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. That the ruling with Mazzaroli and Lawrence there was no further action because of it was self-penalising. He lost 2 spots out of it, but that's all good.
Barbs was mistaken. He thought we had a 40-minute race to come, not a 20-minute race. He confused himself.
Barbs,
so we don't
it's
need to
all
skip
good,
warm-up.
Barbs. It's all good. Nothing wrong with double checking. You can tell Mark Peck doesn't pay the bills anymore by the looks of that car. I didn't say a good. I didn't have to look at it, but
that was a top
that used to be
comment from
Pecky's
he was
racing.
He was formerly of Quantum Racing, formerly known as Quantum Pecky's Performance Racing, now just Quantum Racing. There was a bit of controversy behind that team change. Not going to go into it now. But yeah, so he moved away, went over to M1. Troy Sipple took over that team, became just Quantum Racing, and now Pecky's over at M1 with those guys. So yeah,
cool. And for those of you who have seen over the last week, we've got some new sponsors that joined us. Moser Racing is with us now. They're the naming rights sponsor for our Formula Super Light series. And also, as you see, oh, wow, there you go. Phoenix driver development as well.
To perfection, Sinker, didn't you?
I know. It was sort of like it was just coming out naturally, organically. So make sure you get a hold of the Phoenix boys and get out there and take them for a test drive and some education. Warren and Brown Tools, as usual, the legends that they are, supporting us from day dot. And Grim Industries got himself a new little commercial about his shop and everything like that, which we're going to add to our 5-minute countdown, which will be updated by the end of this week.
You can almost
Sceneries.
You can almost
owned by our own Greg Barber.
I was going to say, you can almost set up and furnish your own little sim shed by all the sponsors of SRW a little bit. Get some insurance from Shannon's, fill it with tools from Warren and Brown, fill it with wheels and pedals from Moser. Oh, even a rig if they build a rig. Otherwise, a track racer or something might help you out. Get some training and some setups from Phoenix Driver Development, and then have a nice garden made from Shunt Scenery outside. What more could you want?
Well, Shunt Scenery is a 3D imaging scenery.
Oh, well, 3D imaging scenery,
So they do your flight simulator 3D designed airports and all that sort of stuff.
Well,
so you can,
you know what they could do then? Make like a projection that goes on the walls of the sim room, so you feel like you're actually at the track.
Yep.
How good would
Track
that
temp,
be?
24 degrees. Well done, Steph.
Yep, 24 degrees at the moment.
All right, the boys are all starting to queue up. We've got a reverse top 10 grid as usual for our feature. Here we go.
It'll be Michael Quash and Jeff Arnold on your front row of the grid. Jacob Traynor, Ron Allen. Yeah, getting all my words tongue-tied and twisted. Jacob Traynor, Ron Allen for your second row of the grid with Dan Bartish, Andrew Cowan. The third row, Jordan Mazzaroli, championship leader, will start alongside Sean Vandermeer, Daniel Clutterbuck and Stefan Lawrence, your top 10. The rest will start how they finished race number 1 with Scott Weston and Kai Jones on your 6th row of the grid. Cal Hodgkinson, Brett Taylor for your top 14. Chris Tomlin, Luke Crum, and all LCR Esports. 8th row of the grid with Kurt Dobinson, Travis Nielsen in behind. Jordan Ferguson, Mark Peck for your top 20. Greg Johnston, Marty Hughes, Brad Anderson, Johnny Rowe for your top 24 with Nathan Gardner, Greg Leake, Josh King, Di Feldman, Martin Lipsky, Brad Ayes, your top 30. Tony Baker, Alan Mazzaroli, Mark Cochran at the back end of the field with Craig Healy right at the back end of town after only completing 1 lap in race number 1 as he unfortunately ended up in the wall.
Yeah, where's the rain? Where's the rain? Sounds like, where's the sauce? Where's the sauce? It'll come.
The clouds have cleared. It was very, very dark and gloomy when we first hopped into the server tonight, and it has cleared for some beautiful conditions here at Detroit. I'm sure we're going to get some rain at some point this season. Looking at the calendar, thinking about the time of year, maybe next week at Okayama, maybe Snetterton in a couple of weeks as well.
It used to be set up on dynamics, so whatever is natural around that part of the world at the time, it will pick it up and it will go. We've got 2 minutes to the start. We've got Bartucci just landed, Callum Hodgkinson we're waiting for, Marty Hughes, Brad Anderson, Johnny Rowe, Martin Lipsky, Cochran and Healy. There's a few boys waiting for him to jump in. Great grid out there tonight and some great battles, and we've got 40 minutes to go now, and it's going to be another cracker. But don't leave us, leave your comfortable seats. After that, we were getting stuck straight into split 2.
Okay, correction, 20 minutes to go, and we'll get stuck into split 1 afterwards. But split 2, what a race 1 was. Phenomenal stuff. Safety car.
Back in 1 second, mate.
All good, mate. No worries. We're just waiting for lights to go up for race number 2 here this evening for the split 2 field. Split 1 upcoming very, very soon as well. And we will get all the fast boys on track later this evening. They'll be on track in around about 25 minutes or so. But for 20 minutes of racing, lights are up. Quash and Arnold on your front row. Can we stay nice and stable through turns 1, 2, and 3? Lights are out for race 2 as Arnold and Quash lead the field. Arnold, though, what a jump in towards 1 and 2. He takes the lead with Traynor, Quash in behind. Bartish, Allen, Mazzaroli already making moves off the start line. He's already up 2 in towards the top 5 as they scramble down towards turn 3 for the first time in race 2. But Mazzaroli on the inside of Bartish. He wants to get moves done, but so does Cowan. who's trying to fight his way forward. Ron Allen's there, so's Lawrence, as it's still a scramble towards the back of the field as they start to get into that single file line as well. Pecky on the back of Normanson. He's already made it further than he did in race number 1 for Mark Peck. How much further can he make it?
Already working really well across the back there, mate.
He is starting to fight forward, but Mazzaroli has had a mega start as well. He's right in behind Bartish and trying to battle for P4 on the road very early in this one. Arnold.
Lawrence going too wide down the back there. Made a nice, clean getaway.
Great move from Lawrence. Kai Jones followed him as well, so that's good strategy from Kai Jones. Jeff Arnold, though, ripper start in this race, took the lead off the line. Kwashi might be choking himself a little bit, thinking, how did I let that one go?
Maybe played a bit safer.
Yeah, maybe played it a bit safer, very true. Yeah. I feel like, though, I'd rather lead the field into turn 3 than to be following anyone, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but if you're not putting pressure on the guy in front of you, he sort of will make his way through, and yeah, it's a lot easier, I guess.
So Craig Healy and Guy Feldman have not started this race. Alan Mazzaroli is stuck in the wall at Pete at turn 12. Oh no,
this could be a safety car. Where is he?
I think it will be. If he's stuck there, that's turn 12. No, he's going. He's going.
Keep going. Yes, he's got it off the wall. Sometimes iRacing will just hook you up and not release you.
Yep. Oh, who was that in the background? That was Kai Jones into turn 3.
Yep, he's bounced off that wall and bounced back out. Lucky he hasn't bounced back into the traffic, but he's got himself back and going, and doesn't look like he's got a hell of a lot of damage either.
No, I just think he actually got the brakes applied, but that there's not going to help.
He must have a bit of damage there. Hold your brakes, son. Hold your brakes.
I think possibly the tyres might be a little bit warm, possibly, for Kai Jones.
They're warmer now.
So this is how it happened. So he was tucked right in behind Stefan Lawrence towards turn 3, sent it up the inside, locked it up. Lawrence went up behind.
Yep.
So the tyres will be very, very hot from that moment, and that's why he spun it around in behind as well. But Mark Cochran and Brad Anderson have been involved in something as well, Sinker, and it's down at turn 4. Oh, so he just ran it wide. Yeah, so he ran it wide. That was when Jones was the wrong way round, it seemed, at that point of the race.
Guy's come out now. Maybe she had some internet issues again.
She's still not. Oh, is she out? No, she is out. So yeah, maybe some internet. Maybe not realising it was only a 3-minute countdown for the warm up.
Doing well. He's chipping his way through, Lawrence. He is in some fine form tonight, isn't he?
He is indeed. You know, if he can get up towards the back of Mazzaroli, it'll only take one safety car for him to be right on him and putting the pressure. But Traynor wants this job done on Quash. Cannot find a pathway, though.
He's left the door open. Jordan's got on the inside of him there. Oh, that was very quick. Good choice by Traynor to back out a little bit.
Yeah, just give it him. Let him tuck him behind. Let him pull you forward towards the front end of town. Yeah,
he seems to be at the moment the glowing Team SAW driver in split 2.
It's further back. Ron Allen's got some pressure from Clutterbuck. He's got Hodgkinson and Weston in behind as well. This is at the back end of the top 10 as they battle towards turn 7 at the moment. What a race it was the last time round for his teammate Michael Quash, who nearly stole the win from Stefan Lawrence. If you're only just joining us in race 1 tonight, big controversy. Contact on the last lap between Mazzaroli and Lawrence nearly cost Stefan the win in race 1. So we saw that earlier in the program, and now, well, we're looking forward to race 2, which has gotten off to a bit of a cleaner start than race 1 did, Sinker.
Very clean. I think the boys have settled in a bit.
They've got their rhythm going.
Nuance to the track a little bit down pat. And they've all realised, oh, crack, I can't go that fast in this corner. I can't go this fast in that corner.
I think the fact that they had that race obviously has helped them a little bit as well.
Yeah. It's one thing to run hot laps around something like this, and then your car reacts a little bit different when you're racing people, because you're not always on a natural line. You're not always on your own line. You've got to avoid cars, avoid bumps, avoid contact.
Mazzaroli inside on Arnold. Got it done for P1 on the road.
Not giving up so easy, but he's done well.
He didn't make it too difficult, but he didn't make it too easy either.
Lawrence is all over Traynor like an octopus, man. He's at 2/10 on him. and getting into all three mirrors as much as possible. Oh, his tail's wiggled out. Lucky. Very, very lucky. He was in a good spot where it rotated him around to where actually his natural line. Oh, here we go, Van der Meulen. Oh, he's just got himself out of the way. Oh, very nicely done.
I wonder if that was helped by the new knee. Just helped him manoeuvre that car out the way a little bit quicker.
I don't know, but he did well to get up onto that mound and just get the car out of the way and then slowly transition back onto the track. Great work there. Some good driving not to have contact from Leif McClemont. Yes, mate. Great driving out there. These boys are starting to get used to each other. The newer boys are settling in, and the boys that race each other every week have got to know each other a bit better in these cars. Crummy's looking well.
Yeah, he's up 3 in this race, up 14 on the night.
Yeah.
He had Van der Meulen.
Mazzaroli's got himself in the first place, and he is up 6 places now.
Yeah, he's pushed his way forward. And if Lawrence can't get a wriggle on, well, Jordan's going to run away with things without a safety car on track.
Brad Hayes, the biggest mover, up 7 places, followed by Tony Baker 6,
Yeah.
Josh King 6, and our current leader of Jordan Mazzaroli.
Oh, Traynor and Lawrence side by side. Neither of them want to give this up, but inside line for Lawrence is going to help him get that position. But Traynor,
that was so close. Looked like Lawrence actually tapped the wall of his rear
I
end
think
then.
he did, and I think that's what slowed him up the hill. But Traynor getting balked from that one. He won't be happy that that's happened. But
Trainor's
now,
got up. This is his bust out season. I haven't seen him drive like this in the V8, and he's doing really well.
maybe he's really just gelling well with the Gen 3 car. Maybe there's something
Yeah,
about
well, we
how
did
this car
say there'll be
reacts.
drivers that'll pick up the car a little bit easier than others. It'll suit their styles a bit more than others. Coleman's a perfect example of that. He's really settled into this car quickly. Mr. Competition with no Dio Sinker last week. No, unfortunately, mate. My sister's birthday, my brother's wedding anniversary, and
Bartush.
that was so close. Bartush bounced off the wall, nearly bounced back at the trainer. Whew.
So your
Here we
race
go.
is
Who's that
then?
Cowie behind him?
That is Cowie behind them.
Looking sprightly there, Cowie, but I think Bartu's got a bit of damage there. Slowed a fair bit down. So it wasn't attending last week. I will be back this Friday for a bit of dirt fun.
Oh, I'm so glad, Sinker. You missed an absolute cracker on Friday last week.
Yeah, unfortunately. Here we go. Lawrence and the TMX guys on the lower screen at the moment. Lawrence has just passed him again. Stefan Lawrence has got himself on the podium now. He's in 3rd place. Just dispatched Michael Quash there.
This will be good enough for the round win at the moment, seeing as he finished P1 in race 1 and Mazzaroli was P4. So for Lawrence, this position would be good enough for a round win and a solid chunk of points, as Tony Baker has had a moment in the background. Further in the field, he was in behind Martin Lipsky. So what has happened to Tony Baker in the all-black Mustang towards turn 3? Oh, just didn't get the turn in. It's like he just didn't want to slow. As Quashi's had a moment too, up inside the top 10. He was in that battle for the podium, Sinker.
No.
Oh, big lock-up. Lawrence nearly
he just missed his
destroyed
break
by
point.
him.
Look, we did say the tyres get a bit hot at a certain point and the boys are going to watch them. This sort of track just doesn't... It's fairly slippery at the best of times. Down the bottom, we've got Callum Hodgkinson leading out some of the boys and girls. Scotty Weston, Kurt Normanson, Luke Crum in that pack. And then we've got Clutters, Tomlin, Nielsen, Peck, Taylor, Ferguson, Gardner, all catching these boys up into... It's going to be a massive big line once they catch them.
Lawrence wants it up the inside at turn 3. Arnold gives him plenty of room. And through goes the right sim racing car, but Arnold doesn't want to give it up just yet, has to concede. So Lawrence at the moment with 10 minutes to go, locking in a round win if he can finish in this position.
Doing well. Last lap, Jordan Mazzaroli just got the fastest lap of this race with a 1:32.854. Doing extremely well, and he knows he's got a ramp at Stefan Lawrence chasing him down, and he's got 5 seconds to make up in 9 minutes.
Well, he'd have to get some mega pace out of the right sim racing car if he's going to catch Mazzaroli, or he'll have to hope for a mistake or even a safety car. Because to catch him, he'll have to lap a second faster every single lap to the end to even just get up to the back of Mazzaroli. I don't know if he can do it from this point. I think starting
He's caught that backpack. That backpack now is like 8 cars long.
Yeah. So this battle not quite on at the front of the field for race 2. Race 1 was all on for young and old. Trainor, though, still on the back of Jeff Arnold. Andrew Cowan's got Bartish hunting him down. Ron Allen has Vandermeulen hot on his heels, looking for it at turn 1. Not quite willing to go for it just yet.
Putting a lot of pressure there, Vandermeulen doing really well. That's 3/10, his tail on him. He's really got some good grip in that car. Is he going to be able to take him under brakes here? He's got enough pass. Overlap is huge. He's got it done nicely and cleanly. Can we get an over and under? He's going to have a sniff at it, but oh, he's having a big sniff at it. But he's backing out because this corner here, the track just disappears on you.
Yeah, he had to
It's
back
definitely not a
out.
2-car part, this part of the track.
No, definitely not. Jordan Ferguson is in the wall. Could this be the safety car that Lawrence needs? The car is moving.
He's
That's Quashi trying to get around.
Get moving,
He's holding his brakes. He's holding his
holding
brakes.
his brakes. He's doing the right thing. He's done the right thing.
He has to hold his brakes.
It was just in a terrible spot. He did the right thing.
This is what happened to
Would he miss his
Ferguson.
brake point? Or the bump got him?
Oh, he just didn't get it turned in. Similar to Tony Baker.
Turning under brakes as well. You got to get your braking done before you start turning on that corner. Oh, look at this. We've got Callum Hodgkinson's caught these boys in the back. We have got one massive trail of guys from 7th all the way down to 14th.
Clutter's
a little
into
bit
the
of a gap.
wall. Clutterbuck just clattered the wall at turn 12. He took a little bit too much of a tight line through 12, caught the curb, and then scraped the wall on the left-hand side. That car could hold damage.
Seems to be going okay still. There's a steering wheel angle.
Let's have a look at Clutter's steering wheel. No, it looks all right. It's straight.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to have
Yeah.
broken steering.
That's the most important thing, straight. But great bunch of cars just following each other. Have a look at them on the bottom screen. It's like one big snake, all really close. They're all like about 5/10 apart at the moment.
Drive-through penalty,
getting really
car
close.
021, failed to hold brakes, rolling back on the track. Well, the argument I make on that one is he rolled back and then he held his brakes and they were able to get around him. So...
Well, we'll leave that up to the boys downstairs. We're just broadcasters.
We are just broadcasters. Hodgkinson, Vandermeulen, this battle's
145
on.
just called something in.
Lawrence has just set the fastest lap of the race, a 132.83, but it's not enough to chase down Mazzaroli.
We've got blinking issues. 743 is blinking. Nathan Gardner's blinking in front of Brad Hayes. And he's... Oh.
Let's see if he's blinking
021's got a drive-through. They've just been announced, so they've confirmed that.
Yeah, he's got to commit to his drive-through this next lap.
Yep.
That's Ferguson. Well, Gardner's not
got-
blinking at the moment for me.
Yeah, they'll be watching the pings on there. Look at this. Oh, great little battling there. The boys are all putting a full commitment in that.
Oh, Nielsen, he's just been eaten alive in that final little section. Lost 2 positions in the span of a corner.
That's all right. He hasn't lost a place. He's in 18th, has gone at 18th and stayed at 18th. So he's done really well.
This is true.
Up the most places is Stephen Lawrence, up 8 places, who's just set the 132.831 as the fastest lap.
You say that Brad Hayes is up 11 into P19, so...
Yeah, it's done really well.
Yep, Gardner's up 8, Peck's up 5, Baker up 6.
Yep.
Nommensen up 6, that's a
Nommensen
great
up 6,
run
yeah.
in the AITT Revolution E-Racing car.
Some great work out there by the boys.
I don't know for Kurt, he would love to get this top 10 solidified if he can get past Hodgkinson. He's a very talented little driver. He was the he was the driver that caused our safety car for the Sandown 500. To be fair, he was probably saved that race at the end of it.
Yeah.
Put on, gave us something.
Oh,
that was,
another one in the wall.
Yeah, that's Alan
Mazzaroli?
Mazzaroli. Yep, Alan Mazzaroli.
Oh, I
so
think it's the same spot as last time. He's hooked this time. That'll be a
safety
It's going to be a
car.
safety car.
It might be, but it'll be a very
Yeah,
quick safety car if it is one.
He's stuck. He cannot get off the wall.
The difference is we have 4 minutes to go, and Jordan Mazzaroli is at turn 3. So by the time they actually deploy the safety car, we'll probably be at the checkered. So I actually think that they'll probably just let Alan tow back.
Just a shout out to Alan Mazzaroli. Don't give up, mate. These things happen. You're starting a new career in V8 Supercars, and it takes a while to get a handle around it, and especially when you've got some quality guys around there. So just keep it going, mate. You'll get to a point where it'll just feel better.
So Lawrence has not been given a reprieve in this one. Oh, Alan's actually gotten it going. So he is actually rolling again. So he managed to get it out of the wall.
Well, I reckon Jordan was saying, Dad, get the car moving, get the car moving. Do not.
Well, I mean,
do
realistically,
not give me a safety car.
No, I think it would have really depended on the positioning of where Jordan was on track. If the safety car
look,
was
it would have been. I reckon if it was there for a bit longer,
I think if
Mazzaroli would have had to tow.
If Jordan was actually probably, when he crashed and if he got stuck, if Jordan was probably a little bit further back, maybe up towards turn 12, they might have called the safety car because at least Steph can actually pick him up. The fact he was at turn 3, he'd have to do a whole lap to get picked up by the safety car. It wouldn't have given us enough time to get the whole field in and do a whole lap under it. So for Jordan, he's had a saving grace, and he'll get another win next to his name if he can keep it clean for the next 2.5 minutes here at Belle Isle. Yep. Stefan Lawrence, well, he looks to take a round win next to his name for Riot Sim Racing. That's a great effort from him here tonight. Breakout performance from him.
Andrew Cowan, I was going to go to my screen. He is fighting for a podium. He's locked it up, trying to get the inside line.
Oh, you mozzed him,
he took the punt. It didn't quite work for him.
He had a crack. Fair play. He had a crack on it.
Yeah, and Bartouche is hunting him down. So Cowie has got this car finally in a position where he's battling for some podiums, which is good to see. Which in all seriousness, we expect him to be up at the pointy end with this field out here. He should be up the pointy end all day, every day in this series.
I've just checked the Video Ninja cameras. We haven't got Cowie's camera tonight. John Gallen's
just called something in.
Who has, sorry?
Oh, he's pitted. He's pitted.
I was looking at the Video Ninja cameras. John Gallen's joined. It appears on his phone. His camera is it's a horizontal shot, but it's actually positioned vertically. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use John Gallen's camera tonight because I have to reposition.
It's just too small. It drops it out. Yeah.
I'd have to reposition it. So it's unfortunate. Go to Kmart, John.
Bartouche.
For about $40.
Look at Bartouche has really stepped it up, mate. From a guy who's improved last season in the 86s, gotten a pro and done exceptionally well. He's come back after the Christmas break and he is fighting with Andrew Cowan, who's a seasoned V8 driver, and putting the pressure on. White flag.
I wonder if it's the faux pas HRT livery he's got that's giving him some pace.
Oh, not only that, he's having a sniff. Is he going to be able to hold it around his corner?
He's going to have it, I think. He's got the outside line. Oh, Cowie, though.
Yeah, we still got it.
He's still got it.
Oh, that grass. That could have gone either way then.
As Vandermeulen's now been hung out to dry by Weston. Allen's right there as well.
Great drive there. Vandermeulen's having a cracker night too.
He is as well. As he enters what has been correctly named the James Scott Fountain, Jordan Mazzaroli, and there's a couple more corners to go before he is once again a race winner here on Tuesday nights in the Split 2 field. He won't take the round win tonight, Sinker, but he will get some crucial points in his championship challenge. And he will remain the leader of the championship in towards round 4 next week at Okayama. Up towards the line for Jordan Mazzaroli. It's another win on the board for him. And it's still the leader of the championship as he wins race number 2 this evening with Stefan Lawrence, your round winner for Riot Sim Sports. P2 on the road in race 2. P1 on the road in race 1. He takes nearly maximum points next to his name. Jeff Arnold will come across the line at an extraordinary podium for himself in race 2. Cowan and Bartish will make up your top 5. Traynor in the 6, with Weston leading Vandermeer and Allen and Callan Hodgkinson across the line for the top 10. Nommensen, Clutterbuck, Tomlin, Crum, Peck, your top 15, with Brett Taylor needing another lap to get the job done on Pecky. He comes home P16 ahead of Brad Hayes, Marty Hughes, Josh King, Nathan Gardner, your top 20. Travis Nielsen, Michael Quash, Martin Lipsky, Tony Baker, Johnny Rowe, Greg Johnston, Greg Leake, Brad Anderson, Jordan Ferguson, Alan Mazzaroli at the back of the field, Di Feldman, Kai Jones, Mark Cochran, your non-finishers, Craig Healy, your non-starter.
And we'll have to the booth in the green room. We'll have the winner of the race, Jordan Mazzaroli.
Hang on. Do we want the winner of the race or do we want the winner of the round? Because we know that Stefan is the winner of the round.
Well, we can't have it both ways every week.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying because it's a sprint
you
round.
Can flip a coin. Look, I think we've got enough time to bring them both in because I wouldn't mind having a chat to see how the battle was between them.
Well, we could bring them both in at the same time.
Yeah. So can we have Jordan Mazzaroli and Stefan Lawrence up to the room, please, race control? We'll interview both of them. One for the...
both our race winners. They're both our race winners for both races. So... Yeah. So, Mazzaroli, an incredible job in this race. What we're going to do is we're going to head over to our countdown screen whilst we wait for them to come and have a chat to us as we move over to the next split of Warren Brown Tools. We're at Supercars here at Detroit Belle Isle, the beautiful Detroit Belle Isle as well. So, let me just quickly do some moving here. Turn that one down.
And he goes, I need someone to snuggle with, Daddy.
I added Discord back at the right moment on the countdown right then, Cinco. It's literally just come in with you saying, I need a cuddle, Daddy. I have not been able to go to sleep yet. So there was no context to that at all on the broadcast end.
So what it was my little boy is still awake, so he's come and asked for a bit of cuddle time to go grab one of his big teddy bears. Oh, God, what a race that was. That was some great action. I hope the viewers out there are enjoying it because that was pretty awesome. Numbers are good. Viewers are there. Please stick around. Don't disappear. Come and stay and watch Split 1. Do the same crazy racing, same format, and have a lot of fun out there. Watch while we do this. Hamish is getting everything else set up in the background, Hamish.
Yeah, I'm about to join the Split 1 session. So
excellent. As he does that, I'll take across. So also a big thank you to all our viewers out there and drivers for putting on a spectacular show. It's been week in, week out, and we've only just started the year, and it's been amazing. Again, if you're watching Split 1, let us know who you want to follow, who you're supporting. Give us a shout out. We love having a chinwag of you people in the chat while the race is on because it's about you guys, seeing what you want to see and who you want to see and getting you involved just as much as me and Hamish are.
We've
Belle
got
Isle.
Mr. Lawrence in the green room, so we'll quickly drag him in for a chat as the round winner. We've also got Jeff Arnold. Unfortunately for Jeff, he was only P3. We just wanted our 2 race winners tonight. Stefan, though, round win next to your name, a win in race 1, P2 on the road in race 2. Talk us through that moment at the end of race 1 with Jordan up at turn 6 because that had us at the edge of our seat and contact happened. You nearly lost the lead, but talk us through it. Stefan.
Oh, no.
Oh, we'll drag Jordan in first. We'll have a quick chat to him as well. Mr. Mazzaroli, P1 in race 2. Not the round win, though, next to your name. That, of course, goes to Mr. Lawrence. Just quickly, thoughts on the moment at turn 6 in race 1, Jordan, between you both, where you came together trying to fight for the win?
Yeah, I think that was just a matter of just being desperate. So I stuffed up the exit of turn 2, which was the more realistic approach to try and go to make an overtake, but obviously I missed that mistake. So probably not the smartest decision, but looking back, but I think it was just in the moment. It was just one of those things in the moment. So yeah, but Yeah,
it is what it is, mate. It's at the end, it didn't really affect much. But one thing, make sure Dad doesn't give up. Keep pumping him up, mate, because he's having a bit of a tough time at the moment out there. But it'll get better and get easier, mate. Tell him not to give up, mate. Keep his chin up.
Yeah, like in the end of the day, like he's not really that experienced in league racing in general. So it's a good learning curve for him, especially being in a big field like that. So I'm sure you'll learn a lot.
Yep, crap happens, shit happens, but enjoy it and have fun.
Exactly.
Sorry, I was saving my replay and my computer froze.
Mr. Lawrence is in here as well.
Hello.
Evan,
Hello.
What season did you win?
Hold on, let me get up.
Championship. You won a championship very early on with us.
Yeah, I think it was the first. It was the first time you switched to SRW. So it was. Hold on.
Season
I'll turn
1.
the light on. I'll turn the light on so I can see the trophy. Yeah, season 1 champion 2022.
2022. Wow, man. That's our very first AMS champion. And you've come back at the blaze of glory, mate. Tonight, your pace was ridiculous.
Yeah, I love this track. I always do good. I always seem to do well at this track. So I was very keen to get in it. I knew I had to watch out for Jordan, the quick little man. But yeah, no, it was I'm still trying to learn the car and what it likes to downshift a lot. Like you can span the downshift a bit more, where compared to the other V8, you did that, you'd block the rear, you're done. So still learning curve on this car, but no, I had pace. Race 1 was fun. Look, at the end of the day, I probably would have done the same thing. I would have went for it. It's last lap. But
look, it is.
Yeah.
You know what? You can see there's no malice in it. Everyone was just fighting for that last bit. You can do that lunge every now and again. We see the pros do it. We see the guys in real world do it. And we're all racers at the end of the day. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But I tell you what, looks like there's a title battle going on. It wasn't just going to be all Jordan's way. So, Mr. Lawrence, if you can get some consistency here, it could be a two-way battle going on, and some of the other boys picking up some crumbs.
Yeah, the round 1, I had a lot of bad luck. I got taken out every single lap on round 1. And then round 2, I thought we had to do a compulsory pit stop. So that was my fault because I pitted and then realized, I can fuel save. So, and then it was second whole race. And then, So, I'm putting more time into this. So I'm keen to, it feels good. It's good to be back at the end of the day. And it feels good to sit here and talk to you, Stephen.
I know, it's been a long time, mate.
It's been a while.
I'll do both of yous. Jordan first. Who gets you on track and supports the team?
Obviously, Martin Lipsky. He's part of Tulip Racing, so he's always good support. So I'd like to thank him, and obviously my dad always helps me out in off track as well. So I want to thank him as well.
Excellent, mate. Excellent. And Mr. Lawrence, who gets the SLM boys out in track. So actually, Riot Racing. Why did I say SLM?
Probably you haven't heard Riot in a while.
Yeah.
I just like to thank the boys at Riot. I always have a bad habit of self-doubt myself, and then put it in the wall, and then usually it works. But now the boys are always supportive. I just want to thank Sim Racing Focus, Print Racer, VR Racing. I don't even know how to say that one. Grenage Automotive, and then V8 Drive Day at Perth, and Defenders of Hope. Just want to say a big thank you to them, and it's actually good to finally put the car up there for once.
Excellent, mate. Well, congratulations to both of you. Put on a spectacular show. Kept Hamish and I very entertained, and also the viewers out there. Good luck for the rest of the season. Hamish, where are we next week? We'll put you on a spot in the last second.
Okayama.
Oh, Okayama. So another great track for the V8s. Hope you guys get plenty of practice in and enjoy that one.
Will do.
Yeah.
All right, take care, lads. Stick around and watch the Split 2, Split 1 battle it out. Hamish, you still got Split 2 on the tower.
I got to change my virtual camera scene, so that's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just whisper that one. Don't tell anyone. Yes. All right. All right. Good luck, guys. See you next week.
See you, boys.
All right.
Great job.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Mate, we have got a title fight with those two, don't we?
We do. And
We thought
one
it was gonna
interesting.
go Gordon's way, but not so.
Well, one interesting thing, or two interesting things I want to point out. I'm currently watching Video Ninja. John Gallen's trying to rotate his camera, and it is quite interesting how he's trying to figure it out. The other point is, we come into this round, Blake Warboys is not the championship leader. We have, for the first time this season, had a change of the gold number on the timing tower sinker. That is on the side of Angus Lawford's name as we come into this round. So they're arguably the best driver in the supercar last season, aside from Blake Warboys, leads split 1 into round 3 tonight as qualifying is about to get underway.
Well, mate, look, we know that there's drivers out there that are really, really fast, and I think it's going to change as it goes through. We've got Freeman in there as well at the moment. Crosby's back on track as well, another previous champion too on a Tuesday night. Jack Anderson's been doing really well. Peter Pavi's on screen has been improving dramatically in this new car, so it's going to be great. And you know, you can't ignore and not look at Billy Mole. He's been a cracker this season already.
He has as well. We also got to mention Coleman on the Sunday nights. I mean,
yeah,
where has that come from? From Coleman, like he has gotten into this car and he's like a duck to water in the Gen 3 car, it seems, for David Coleman. He is just able to push this thing to its absolute limits. Jade Brand in the chat giving their love to championship leader Angus Lawford in the chat, the Project 36 entry. Had a relatively good run on Sunday, managed to finish just off the podium. Tonight he comes in as a championship leader for round 3. The first time this season in the supercars we've had a different name with the gold number next to it. And for Warboys, well, he needs to hope that tonight it can go as well as Sunday did and keep that internet in check, keep the computer in check, and keep himself on track for the whole race.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. This is going to be a cracker, this. I'm really looking forward to it. It's, you know, the split 2 is just a really nice appetizer for the main feast, isn't it? For split 1 on a Tuesday night. And I'm sure the viewers agree with me because the numbers are really good, and people out there watching, please let us know who you want to watch. And also, please, such a big percentage of you people that watch are still not subscribers. So please like, subscribe, hit that little notification button so you get the little ding ding. We are just off 1,400, and we aim to get to at least 1,500 by the end of this season, if not past it, which would be spectacular.
We're just riding on board with Angus Lawford at the moment for his first flying lap in qualifying. See what sort of banker he puts down in the Project 36 car, and if he can go straight to the top of the timing tower here this evening. Greg Brooks out on track for the first time this season as well in the supercar sinker. He's missed the first 2 rounds due to other commitments. Thomas Freeman's out there. Fire up Jake Edwards fans. He's in the field. Will his engine fire up as much as the fans did last week when it blew up on track? Or will his engine, will his fuel tank blow up like when he ran out of fuel on the last lap last week as well?
A bit of a tragedy, that one. It's like a bad novel,
tragedy.
Isn't it?
Absolute tragedy. It's like the story of Jake Edwards' life, really. Just a bit of a tragedy.
Isn't Freo racing for Blackout OPR?
He is. So Freo and Edwards are out there as teammates with Husey with them. Burridge just at the first time in qualifying. So he goes 131.671. So it didn't take long for us to get a 31 in the session. Coleman 31.7 for P2. Ryan Mueller P3. Ooh. Lawford, did his time count? It did. It was a 31.9, so a little bit off the pace for the championship leader.
131. Oh, well done there. That's really good from Burridge.
Fire up Blackout OPR.
Why isn't Freo... All right, Blackout OPR, boys. Why isn't Freo in a Blackout OPR livery? What
Freeman?
Does it make him feel so special that he doesn't have a livery on?
Because he wants to show off his YouTube channel, it seems. Maybe it's because he's a wild card.
A wild what?
A wild card.
Card.
Yeah.
He's got a purple in the fourth sector. Let's see how he goes in the 5th.
Jade and Brandon, unbiased with the new paint pops for Project 36. I have not been holding in my opinions about that car all season. I love it. I think it is the best looking car on the grid. Even better than my own that I made. It is absolutely gorgeous from Project 36. Freeman P5.
Didn't get it up. You got it up to P5 then. 131.
That's a good banker though. Good banker lap though.
It is good banker.
I wonder if he's streaming tonight.
I believe that's what you said. So that car is going flat stick through there. I'm going to switch my camera around, and maybe we can get some inside-outside action going.
Have you joined Video Ninja again, Sinko?
Oh, no, I haven't, not in this session, have I?
Okay. No. All right, join back, and then we'll get you back on for the second screen. So what about for Russell Uren? He has been a real rising star in the supercar over the last few seasons. A bit like Hughesy in the fact that he likes a bit of a swipe on Tinder. Well, hopefully he doesn't swipe on any walls tonight, Sinker, and keeps this WKMP car nice and clean. This field for
Hughesy out there again tonight.
Yeah,
this is two weeks in a row.
Yeah.
This might be a commitment. God.
Either a commitment or his adventures on Tinder are going poorly and he has nothing else to do on a Tuesday night. So, which option do you think's better for him? I think it's better that he races.
I'd rather not say.
I think it's better that he comes racing, but okay. Warboys though looking for his first flying lap in the session as he comes through turn 4. So he's had one attempt previously, did not get the lap in qualifying. It's full focus though from the Albury-Wodonga native. You can see the pressure that he's putting on himself through the focus that's on his face. He is pushing the limits of this WKMP Sim Sports Mustang. Has a little smile down the straight, prepares himself for the James Scott Fountain section of 7, 8, 9 and 10.
Bit of with the flavour saver there at a certain angle. He looks a little bit like that singer.
I've mentioned Sinker. I've mentioned before, Sinker, that Warboys looks like a young Stephen Sinkovic to me, to be honest with you. He looks what I imagined you looked like at about 28 years old. Mate, is what Warboys looks like.
Apart from the fact that I used to just have either I had bleach blonde hair or I had tips through my hair.
It's the times, isn't it? It's the times, really.
It was the times, mate. It was the times.
If it was 2006, I'm sure Warboys would have had the little unicorn horns throughout his hair as well. 131.48 from Warboys, so straight to the top. So one thing you don't have in common is driving ability, because Warboys has just blistered the whole field in that qualifying.
He's done well. He's got 2/10 there on, wouldn't say blistered, 2/10 of Coleman, which is, he's showing some great early form here. I believe he did say he didn't like this track. But it's good to see. I've got the bottom camera at the moment on Mr. Kennedy.
He did say that he had a good setup for the car, though.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. Mr. Warboys. So he set himself up nicely.
Has Mr. Gallen got his camera sorted?
No, he hasn't. He's actually left the Video Ninja, it seems. So
don't blame him. I'm gonna go to Mr. Brandon Levin. He's not out on track. Who else is there?
Doddsy's tried to pull a Larko. He's confirmed for us from the Hino hub that Freo is not streaming this evening.
No, he's got no excuse, mate. It's just poor form. Yeah, poor form, 3-0.
And he's not getting put off by the chat tonight, it seems. Where's Barb's on track?
No one's really lighting up the... Actually, hang on. Here we go. Freo's got an orange, 2 greens. Let's see how he goes.
I'm a bit disappointed, Sinker. There's no Greg Barber on circuit.
Yeah, what's going on there, Barbs? You're a bit embarrassed about your mistake earlier on.
Did he run out of socks or what?
Don't know, mate. Don't know. He's obviously a bit too busy at the moment.
I've been keeping all the quips in the can the last week, Sinker. I'm ready to release them with the swift cracks. So we're getting them all out. The chat is the Hino hub, apparently, for Dodsy.
What's Harry got, mate? I am in the Hino hub?
That's what I was saying before. He was doing his Larko impression from the Hino hub. That's what they call the thing where Larko does the track talks. 131.47 for Freo.
Yep, he's just pipped it there.
What a lap.
Having a think, focusing on OSR 12 hour. Okay, mate, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Show Billy Mole going around. Is he rotating?
No, he's just going around, apparently. He's driving slowly. Good to see that Billy's got a fan out there in Stuart Warboys. Well, I'd hope he's a fan. We're a fan of Billy Mole. He has the best name in the field.
Yeah, Billy Mole.
Billy Mole. He sounds like a early 2000s back-end Supercars driver with that name.
Something like that, yeah.
He doesn't race like that, though. Definitely races a lot better. than a back-end Supercars driver from the early 2000s. Oh, we are just deep cut after deep cut. I have been going through the period this last week, Sinker, of watching old Supercars races on YouTube. I was watching the 2000 Adelaide 500 earlier today.
Oh, really?
Actually, yeah. Had Greg Rust, Barry Sheen, and Mark, I think it's Tessier or whatever his name is, on the commentary.
Oh, yes, yes,
Because that
yes.
was when Crompo was still racing, so...
Yep. I've got Billy Moles in a camera, cockpit cam. There you go.
You put the gyro
Bit of
on
action,
Sinker.
inside-outside action.
I'll have to set up the actual driver eye camera for the Supercars. I've got it set up for the SFLs.
Yeah.
I'll have to set it up for the Supercars at some point.
Let's go, Brooksy. See Brooksy back on track. Yes, it is. Good to see all of these boys back on track, firing up and putting on a great show.
There's Brooksy there, back out there in the 230. Ando struggling for pace on. I'm surprised that Jack Anderson hasn't found the pace in the car.
Here we go.
Yep, War Boys 131.18.
Up for 131.182. And just as we do that, race control car 10 pit lane start.
Mitch Noble.
Yes.
So a little pinch in the heart for Sinker, it seems, with Noble having to start from the lane. War Boys. I think for Freeman, if he wants to get this pole, he might need a 130 if he can find it, Sinker. Luckily for these guys, War Boys is not on the lap, so they're not impeding him at the moment by getting out of his way, but still, he will want clear track ahead for another attempt at the Belle Isle circuit. It would likely be his final attempt of the night when he crosses the line. Freo, I think, is content with his time. He's not out on track, and if he doesn't get out there soon, he will not get another lap in this evening. Lawford as well is also now backed out of qualifying. I don't think he'll have a chance to get out there and get another one in with a warm-up lap included.
No, it's going to be a very, very quick cut-off. We know that it just disappears. Coleman is out on track at the moment. Where's he got his times?
P3.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
Who is
really
this?
Well.
Is Ty Delaney driving this car for David Coleman? What has happened?
Well, he's only 2/10 off Freeman's time, so he's done extremely well. Less than 2/10. It's only a tenth and a bit.
Who is this and what has happened to the real David Coleman? Because he is on fire this season. I say that with the greatest respect because Coleman has been racing out of his skin this season. He's parlayed the bad luck away from him. He's the only fishy out on track in this series, and he is fighting tooth and nail with the front runners. He has a genuine chance at a race win each week.
Yeah, pretty much so. He's very, very
oh my God, he's just pipped Freeman.
Pleasantly surprised, I should say.
Coleman's on the front row. He's just pipped Freeman. 131.46 from David Coleman.
Oh, he'd be very happy man with that.
Lawford's back out. He's going to have one crack at this. He needs to cross this line, the start line.
Freeman is in the pits.
So for Lawford, if he doesn't cross the line with 1 minute and 31 seconds to go, he will not be able to set a time in qualifying. He'll get cut off. I think he's going to do it. He'll just be close enough when he crosses the line. So this is going to be a dying embers lap from Angus Lawford. He crosses the line with 1 minute 33 to go. So we're going to watch Lawford here. If he can put this thing on the front row, it's his one chance, his one opportunity, to quote Detroit's own Eminem, to put this car on the front row of the grid for race number 1. I don't even mean to get that reference out there for Detroit. It just happened, Sinker. So pretty proud of myself for that one, to be honest. What can naturally occur from the subconscious as you start to ramble?
I've got Lawford on my far chase cam down the bottom, and it was a nice little angle.
But he's in the wall. No. It is qualifying over for Angus Lawford.
That is over.
And I don't know if I don't think there's anyone that can pip Coleman. Where's Burridge? He's turned 5. I think he might be too far away. Mueller, what does his lap look like?
Where's Stone Street on track?
Stone Street's too far away. He's turned 4.
Yep.
He's too far away. Mueller.
This could be it.
Any better. I think Coleman's got it. I think he's got the front row start. Crosby's not close enough. Gallen, nowhere near. Fitzpatrick might do. He's on a couple of greens. Might take a purple though in the last sector to put it up on the front row. What can Fitzy do? Can he put it up there in the privateer entry? Cross the line. Goes better, but it's only for P9. 11. He's close enough. No, he's not. So David Coleman will start front row of the grid alongside Blake Warboys on the pole.
I figured out there's only one way I'm going to get my boy to fall asleep tonight, and that's the same as what everyone else falls asleep to, is your voice, Hamish.
Well, I got nice subtle tones, Sinker. I'll be honest with you. My girlfriend falls asleep whilst I commentate while she's here. I've looked over before, and she has been zonked out on the bed. I don't know how that happens with how animated I get.
God, she's blaming me for Lawford Stack.
Starting grid, though, for race number 1 is as follows. Blake Warboys will start pole position ahead of David Coleman on the front row of the grid. Tom Freeman, Angus Lawford on the second with Troy Stonestreet. Chris Burridge, your top 6. Ryan Mueller, Stephen Banks, your top 8 cars with Blake Fitzpatrick and Darren Crosby for your top 10. Billy Mole and John Gallen will start in your top 12. Troy Dooley, Stephen Kennedy for your top 14. Brandon Levin inside the top 15 ahead of the fired-up Jake Edwards fans with Jake Edwards in P16. Tim Mulford, Adam Hughes, Roy Clark, Mitch Muller, your top 20. Peter Pavlovic, Andrew Rushworth, Jack Anderson, Jeremy Bush, your top 24. As we then look back to Trav Daly, Russell Uren, Jace Douglas, Mitch Noble, and Greg Brooks at the back of the field. But Noble has got a pit lane start for an incident during qualifying. Jack Andrews in the chat with us. We are good, thank you, sir. Love to see you out on track tonight. Had a great run on Sunday. Hopefully you can match it this week when we're back at this circuit for the pro day, Sunday evening. So we await the timer to come down, the lights to go up. Warboys will lead them off the line. I have to wonder if there might be something to starting P2 on the grid. If there's a little bit more grip on there. We saw Arnold jump Michael Quash in race 2 earlier on. And we saw Mazzaroli and Lawrence get a very similar start in race 1. So for Warboys, he just has to try and not bog it down. He'll have a fast approaching Thomas Freeman in behind. And the championship leader, Angus Lawford, P4, starting in behind him as well. Kurt Normanson in the chat. I worked up a big sweat off that tonight. It was a great race from you, Kurt. Phenomenal job. Managed to get yourself a solid performance in P11. But Warboys, full concentration, full focus inside the 6.3 WKMP Mustang. Peter Pav further back in the field is settled in for a good race. He's got the gloves on. I'm sure he's got a beer going as well, and he's ready for a good night on the circuit as well. Sinker's second screen. He's currently trying to figure that out for himself. I don't know what's happened to Sinker. If he's still there or not, he might have had an incident that's happened with his internet. But regardless, Warboys and Coleman will start this race on the front row. Freeman Lawford will apply maximum pressure across the first few laps of the first 20-minute sprint for the split 1 field. Stonestreet and Burridge, keep an eye on them. Mueller's out there. Banks Fitzpatrick gets to grid up. Rushworth as well. Noble with the pit lane start in this race this evening. Oh, you back?
Yeah, unfortunately. He's still
oh, Peugeot.
bad daddy thing.
I was about to say, Peugeot internet's deciding to have a little bit of a hissy fit, Sinker.
I put my headphones down on my keyboard.
Oh, that will not help. That will not help at all.
Yep.
That would explain the blinking of your UI turning on and off on iRacing when I cut to your second screen.
It's all beautiful. I'm going to go to Mr. Crosby, the OG, old original guy, and have him on cam for our
Lights
start.
up.
He's in 10th place.
We've got race 1 to come. for the split one field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights up, lights out, and we are underway. It was a horrid start from Coleman compared to Freeman, who rocketed it off the line, but it's a scramble further back in the field as they come through 1 and 2. What a start from Warboys. And Freeman's followed him through turn 2 as he looks to now put the assault on. Coleman doesn't want to give it up. Lawford's in there too. It's side by side down towards turn 3. Do we keep it clean on lap 1, Sinker? Or are they going to blow it up for the first time?
Oh, looking good. Nice to see. There's another one that wants to race on a Tuesday night that's on the waiting list.
That was Mulford.
Oh, look at that. Caution turn 3, all right. We've got caution of 4 cars facing the wrong way, and another one that Noble misses the right turn there. Mr. James Scott wants to race on a Tuesday night as well, so he's on the waiting list to see where he can get in. So the boys are all coming out of the fireworks now.
Look at this, through all that scrambling, Coleman's back up to P2. So we got it back done past Freeman. No movements inside the top 6. Banks is already up one past his teammate into P7, just in behind Chris Burridge on your screens now through the James Scott Fountain. Fitzpatrick putting the pressure on his former teammate Mueller through 8. They've got Crosby inside the top 10 as well. Mole's on the back of them. Mulford's had to tow it back to pit lane. They've let him go back instead of bringing the safety car out on
Very
track.
tight racing across the back of this grid, mate. It is ridiculous how close these boys are to each other.
They will not give up any space whatsoever throughout this whole field. Let's have a look what happened with Mr. Mulford. There was Anderson and Gallen and Bush involved down at turn 3. So
Look at this. Look at the amount of cars.
It's just a scramble, isn't it?
Yeah, it goes a bit soft here. You can see the
McAvoy on his inside.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go, and then unfortunately got rotated around and got a few cars stuck, but it's it looks like most of them come out of it with major damage.
That was actually Mitch Muller. I would argue, is that actually on Muller or is that on Mulford there? Because
I'm not sure. Both of them have called it in. We'll see what the boys unpack downstairs.
Let's have a look. On board with Mitch. So that's kind of the last half of the moment. Hell breaks. It's a bit hard to call. We'll see what they say. Of course, Tyson not racing on Tuesdays. Races on the Sunday.
Yep.
Some of these drivers.
53 plus Facebook, so there's good numbers watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and give us a thumbs up, please, too. Blake Warboys just set the fastest lap of the 136.756, so extremely good pace.
Are we surprised from Warboys? He's the defending Sunday champion for a reason.
This is true.
He is. He's the man to beat out on track. Coleman, he's also shown some great pace tonight. P2 in qualifying. P2 on the road at the moment. Freeman, he hasn't really got any answers for the fishy car. He had a good start, but he's just unable to stick with him.
If Coleman could maintain his pace for Sunday night as well, this could be a really good week for him.
He could. He might get a couple of podiums for himself this week, and some good points at that. If I have a quick look at championship standings for split 1, there's Coleman. Coleman's currently P10 in the championship on 166 points. So he's actually ahead of Warboys since Warboys finished at the back of the field last week. That'll be his drop down.
Yeah.
So,
bit of a kiss to the wall there by the M1 team.
Yep. But at this stage, if Lawford has a clean run tonight, he just has to have a clean run. He should leave this round as championship leader still. There's not enough that Warboys can gain on him at this point before the drop rounds are applied for us to take that number off him and take the leading title race away. He just needs clean and consistent finishes, and he'll be coming up trumps towards the end of the season.
Yeah. Another thing to point out, Mr. Banks leading by example as the lead Pelican on track for Tuesday nights.
He's done well. He got it past his teammate Ryan Mueller early in the piece for the Majors Garage crew. Of course, there was big news over the weekend, Sinker, revolving around this team of Harry Dodds leaving the outfit, running as a privateer once again. So,
yes, he's out there enjoying life as a single man again. And we'll see where he ends up next.
I wonder if there's a race team Tinder that Doddsy's downloaded now, just swiping on which teams he joined in the Australian sim racing.
Maybe we should create an app.
That would be pretty good, I reckon.
iRacing Tinder.
We'll have a top trumps of iRacing, of Australian iRacing teams.
God almighty. That was so funny. All you get to do is flick through the liveries.
Either the liveries or the team logo, you know.
Yeah.
Have some moments in there. Oh, that was Crosby in the wall.
Yeah, he did that nicely. He's got the car going again, but he's bounced back off that. Not a good place to get it. He's got too much damage.
Good to see a couple of M1 cars out there tonight. Of course, Peck in split 2. Burridge, Crosby, Kennedy, and Trav Daly all out on track tonight, representing M1 Racing. As far up Jake Edwards fans, he spun it round at turn 6.
Oh, he's got a nice bit of damage there too. It looks like he could be fighting that front end, mate. What's the inside piece?
Let's have a look quickly on the inside.
Got to be careful.
No, his wheel looks okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not 100%.
Probably just a bit squirrely, it seems.
Yeah. Lost whatever downforce was left in that car.
Pretty much. So what's happened is he just gotten a bit loose. Yeah, he got a bit loose.
David Coleman, fastest lap, 1:31.664. More than 2 tenths faster than.
I reiterate my previous point. Who is this, and where is David Coleman? I mean, where has he found this pace and this ability? Like, honestly, this is incredible from Coleman.
I was supporting you, Mr. Dodds. I wasn't giving you any defamation. Every time I think of you, I can see you in that karate pose. Oh, that was a rear end that nearly was not a rear end anymore. That was close.
I want to see Doddsy do a high jump kick on his SRW trophy. So this is the ability that I have.
I wonder if you've got someone to weld it up for him.
Top of the head like an apple with an arrow.
Yeah.
See if you can get it in the hole in the piston.
There's some good pace, good battling going there. Coleman's sitting 7/10 free, and as the boys have pulled away from him, he's over a second on that gap, and his last lap he was about a tenth off the pace.
What an interesting battle this is, Sinker. Stephen Banks, Ryan Mueller, currently of Pacific Esports Racing. And Fitzpatrick, who's formerly of Pacific Esports Racing up until about December of last year. So, and he was there for a long while. Won a championship for this team as well. So, you know, there's some big battles happening between them.
There is, and there's battles all the way to the back of the pack, all the way back to Russell Uren and Jeremy Bush, Edwards, Anderson, and Daly. They're having a great little crack across the back as well. And the next really tight little battle is actually Mitch Mueller, Rushworth and Douglas. I might switch across to that for a little while because those boys Douglas put on a pretty good show on the weekend on Sunday. He was a bit scared of racing in that series, but he showed that he can do it.
Doddsy's apparently learning Taekwondo. I hope you're actually learning Taekwondo, Dodsy, and not learning it in your backyard. You're actually doing it in the dojo. As someone who did train in Taekwondo, I hope you are doing it in the dojo and doing it properly, because it's a very important martial art in the world of martial arts. So I hope you are showing it the respect it deserves.
You know what? As much as your Taekwondo is going to be very powerful there, Dodsy, once I sit on you, mate, you're not going to be able to get me off you.
That's what the double bubble works for me, Seeker. I can kick, but I can also sit on people. It's fantastic. It's like a double-edged sword.
You just look down and go, now move.
Yeah, it's just like, no. You know, go there.
You can't breathe? You're going blue because you're what?
So sorry. Sorry about that. Is there a bit too much pressure?
Did you see that bottom? I don't know if you saw it on your.
I did, yeah.
Just the sparks fly.
Yeah.
As they just brushed the wall. That was sensational.
I caught a moment the other day. It was the first time I'd ever seen the sparks fly off the bottom of the supercar. There was a crash for Michael Schroeder of XSR at Okayama. Yep. Big stack into the wall. Drove it back to the pits with the driver's side front wheel hanging up into the engine bay. And the actual brake rotor on the front end was scraping on the ground. It was scraping with sparks coming off all the way to the pit lane. So That was the first time that I'd seen that happen for these cars. Adam Hughes has dropped some positions. I have a feeling there may be some contact, and there definitely is. And this is down at turn 3, and Kennedy's in the wall.
Yep.
So what has happened down here for Stephen Kennedy and Adam Hughes?
Yeah, Hughes just called that in.
Oh, it was Levin. Inside line, nothing happened. That was, I actually think Kennedy was trying to avoid Levin with the late dive and just kind of over-avoided, and that's what put him into the back of Hughes' car.
Yeah. Has he got too much damage?
No, let's have a better angle of it. We'll go on the hamburger cam of Stephen Kennedy. Oh, no, he just locked it up.
Oh, he just missed his brake point.
Yeah, no, he just locked it up. Bit too late on the brakes.
Was there touch there?
Yeah, slight contact. I don't know if it was net code or if there was the smallest of contacts, but definitely something that forced Husey out of the way. OPR car player. Oh, that's a good comment from Terry. I appreciate it. No, I think more importantly, it's not that it's fact it's an OPR car. It's fact it's Adam Hughes as player.
Yeah.
And that's why. But for War Boys, he has got some pressure on him tonight, Sinker. Coleman, breakout race
he
for
hasn't
him.
stopped. He has not
Freeman
stopped. He's got closer and closer, but now Freeman's caught them.
Yeah, Frio's with him, so it's now a triple threat battle as well. Drive-through penalty car 55, Stephen Kennedy. The contact on lap 7 with car 2, Adam Hughes. So, yep, they decided that is Kennedy's fault, and he'll have to traverse through the lane after what can only be described as punting Adam Hughes around at turn 3.
Yeah, not that he doesn't deserve it.
What were we just saying? He probably did deserve it, but I mean, you know, as much as we love Blake, how great would it be to see Coleman snatch a win here tonight? Like this would be such a long time coming for. When would have been the last overall win for David Coleman in SRW Sinker? Is it further back than your stat pool can really find, or is it more recent than I think?
A little bit, mate.
So I was saying, so when was his last win? Is it a bit more than what the stat pool can find? Because I know that it could have been a long while ago.
Yeah.
Or was it kind of just before? It might have been when Shibby was on the broadcast in 2023.
It would have been 2023, 2024. No, it wasn't last year, so it'd be 2023 last time we'd see Coleman win.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere around there. We've got to get anyone who's got time on their hands, who wants to help us out digging through all the stats and collating them for our V8 series. We would appreciate it. Would love someone to help us. The boys have done it for the 86s and the FSLs.
It's as simple as taking the previous season results and applying them to SimRacer Hub, and then it just shoots out all the
Correct. It's still a fair bit of work there.
It is, yeah. It's a lot of admin stuff, really.
Season 3, 2023, I'd say for Coleman.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, no, yeah, possibly, yep, possibly.
Yeah, quite possibly, because that would have been...
Yep, he did win a title back there at some point. I think it might have been about season 3 or
I think
something.
Dodsy's just put up his hand to do the admin work of putting the data into SimRacer Hub since he's in the Hingo Hub.
Oh, car 66, Mr. Crosby is told to readdress to Billy Mole.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
There's been some dirty play.
It's that dirty play,
Well,
just taking advantage of it.
No. Maybe not foul play.
Elf Oils slicks pass apparently, Hamish.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where this one. It might have been on Jeremy Bush. It might be this pass here from Ando on Jeremy Bush. Oh, I tell you what. Well, it wasn't so slick. There was a bit of contact, but he did get past it.
Yeah, he put the car in the right place.
He got it done. To be fair, he was alongside before turn in.
What?
He was.
Coleman is down to 3/10 on the back of Blake Warboys.
He is not giving this up. Coleman, I think, wants the win. 5.5 minutes to go. I know Warboys needs the points for the championship, but I mean, come on, Coleman.
Even older, I think.
Doesn't he have a hip flask to show for it? That's right, he does have a hip flask.
The hip flask is I'm watching everything here. Yeah, the hip flask that's ancient, mate. That's probably a fossil.
Definitely encased in some sort of a mineral.
Yeah, I'm just going to switch my cam to Banks here again because those guys are getting closer and closer.
So Coleman and Warboys. Freo hoping to take advantage if there's any contact. Terry Taylor in chat, hats off to Warboys missus to be able to do so much racing with a newborn. The least he could do is win. She would have to be the most easygoing missus ever. Does she have a sister? Apparently Terry Taylor is asking. We'd have to ask Warboys later in the night that question.
This is SRW, not SRT Tinder.
And say that's Adam Hughes. Oh my God.
Who's not like you, Steve? What?
That's Keegan Caldwell. I don't know what he's necessarily referring to.
Fossil. Like
Fossil.
me.
Okay.
Yeah. It took me a while for the pen to drop, but yes, have a look how close these boys are now. This is turning into an epic little battle here. 3/10 and Freo's about 4.5, 5/10.
Yeah,
but the pressure is definitely on. Definitely on.
Do we think Coleman goes for it, or do you think he just tries to sit in P2? I have a feeling that this new David Coleman is going to be patient and he'd be willing just to take P2 and take the points. I have a feeling.
He won't push the. He won't push it.
If he gets the run,
if
he
gets the run, he'll definitely go for it. 100%. He won't hold back. He's a racer.
No, that's right.
All the fishy supporters out there. Sister related Tinder. No, it'll be sister related wife.
Oh, Terry, what a chat. It's worldwide for the W. Yeah, he forgot about the W on that one. Terry just absolutely cracking us up in the chat tonight. Phenomenal. We hope you come back in future, Terry, because we love the banter in the chat, Single. We love it amongst ourselves, but to get the chat involved,
we do very much
exceptional.
so. Very much so.
Yeah.
Nothing like a bit of viewer interaction. Greg Brooks and Jake Edwards are having a great little stoush. I'm going to switch down to that at the moment.
Yep.
Those boys are really, really close. There's going to be some swapping of paint and everything.
Oh my God! Race Control just told us the top 3 cars all doing 132.4 for the last lap. So not this previous lap, but the lap before. So they're all lapping at the same pace. You have to think, is Warboys actually holding Freo and Coleman up at that point for the lap time? And I never think I'd say that. I never think I'd say, is Warboys holding up Coleman? But it appears to be so. Like, this appears to be the reality.
Coleman, the statement's a bit broad. It's 133.7, 133.73, and 133.42. No, that's just messed up there. Sorry, my mouse went the wrong way. 132.6, 132.7, 132.7 was the last lap. So it's still Coleman still at the fastest lap of 131.6.
There's a crash in the background. Sinker just quickly. We have to cut away to it. Troy Dooley, Peter Pav, and Adam Hughes have all been involved. What has happened at turn 3 for Troy Dooley in the PSR car? Oh, he just straight lined it. So then where's Pav and where's Hughesy? Okay, so Pav just straight lined, and Hughesy, well, he had a sympathy park there. It just seems that they're going to Coles maybe, picking up a couple of groceries on the way home. Oh, that was for lap 11. Thank you, Tyson. That was for lap 11 for those lap times. 1 lap to go. White flag on the track. Top 3 cars separated by less than a second. It's anyone's game if any of them look to push the boundaries and look to push for position. Lap traffic of Roy Clark ahead. But for Warboys, this has been a race of control and a race of consistency. Coleman, though, is hot on his heels and applying the pressure to an absolute maximum for the final lap of race number 1.
How hot is this? This is just crazy pace. They're all in the 132.8. There's literally 2/10 between them in pace.
There's nothing, absolutely nothing between them.
Yeah. We've got John Ferguson, also Tyson McElroy apologise for my lack of talent today.
Only today? I thought that was all the time. He's a friend of mine. It's okay. I can joke about that.
I'll tell you what, there's some battle still going on everywhere. Chase Douglas is just having a go on the inside of...
I don't think Coleman has enough time to get this done now on Warboys. I think he's just a little bit too far gone. Maybe one more lap, but he could not do it in the end. As they come round turn 12, Warboys will lead.
Bottom screen.
The top three separated by less than a second up towards the start-finish line. For Blake Warboys, David Coleman and Tom Freeman, it's a podium for them all. 1, 2, 3 across the line. By less than a second, the closest finish we've had all season for the top three. Lawford will come home. He will solidify P4 in race 1 and continue to lead the championship with Stone Street, Burridge, Banks, Fitzpatrick, Mueller and Mole for your top 10 in this one, with Crosby looking to come home P11. And then Brandon Levin, P12. Jace Douglas, who's a part of this battle you've got on your screen, Sinker. Massive pressure being applied at the moment to him by Mitch Muller.
Crazy. That is unbelievable. Jason Douglas sporting a new Triple S livery too, which looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Harry Dodd saying Sim Race Hub not showing SLW Sunday Supercars. Yeah, because we haven't put it on the Sim Racer Hub yet, Dodsy. We haven't actually set it up to apply the old stats. Douglas home in P13, Muller and Rushworth your top 15. Brooks in his return race up 13 spots in a P16, but aside from Douglas, he was the highest, most positions gained on track. Douglas had 14. You ran up 9 into P17. Edwards, Jack Anderson, Jeremy Bush, your top 20. Gallen, Daly, Noble, Hughes, Pavlovic, Kennedy, Dooley, Roy Clark. The last of your finishes. Mulford not making it enough into this race to get a finishing position. But we look ahead to the warm-up session now for these drivers to have a little break and settle themselves in for another 20 minutes of action at Belle Isle.
Tell you what, mate, reverse top 10s looking really interesting. Billy Mole and Ryan Mueller on the front line, followed by Blake Fitzpatrick and Stevie Banks, Burridge and Stone Street, Lawford, Freeman, Coleman, Warboys. So it's going to be a crazy one.
It will indeed. We've got the warm-up session to come. I'm going to take this opportunity to quickly go get a drink, Sinker. So if you want to chat to the chat.
I know the viewers noticed it, but the state of the cars coming across the finish line.
Yep, they were. Elbows have been out, like for sure, in that mid-pack towards the back. They have been getting into some rumbles all throughout this race. No pit stops either. They don't need a pit stop, so none of the fast repairs got used for those who just kept going. Oh, definitely some wall wounds.
There was car bits hanging off. There was panels being done. It was the cruiser going flat stick with the wraps at the moment, trying to fix those cars. We've got some good numbers in the stream tonight again, which is fantastic. As Tyson just said, yes, please like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit the notification button. It's a little blue thing in the corner there. It pops up. It's a little white square. It says subscribe. Pop that, and it's an automatic subscription button. So get that going. We've got a fair few people just to get to the 1,500, and we've got some really good viewings tonight. So thank you. Yep. Out there, if you are supporting someone out there, we've had a few people in the chat. Chat's been going fantastic tonight. Please let us know who you want to talk about, who you want to see. If you've got some new tidbits or some news you want to tell us about some of the drivers or some of the teams, by all means, get out there and tell us as well. While we do have the opportunity, we will thank Warren Brown Tools for being an absolute bunch of legends supporting the V8 series on a Tuesday and Sunday night. They've done a spectacular job. Grim Industries has been with us for a long, long time as well. And check out their Facebook page. Check out their store. They've got not just V8s, but other awesome, awesome things. Harry Dodds, 4th of December, 2022, Coleman won the Sunday Supercar title in SAW. There you go. That was year 1, 2022. So he won the first year. Full send, not bad after being stuck at T3 lap 1, definitely. And got to thank the likes of Phoenix Driver Development, Moser Racing as well. Shunt Scenery, which is Greg Barber's business, who does 3D graphics for flight simulations. So yeah, if you do need anything from any of our suppliers, sponsors, please reach out to me if you need a hand. Maybe we can help you with some better pricing. Season 4 2024. Oh, that was a nice slide there by one of the PER boys. Fun fact, Adam Hughes identifies as a meat popsicle.
I don't want to ask what flavour of meat popsicle Hom is.
That would be turd. Oh, gotta love the guy. We give him a heap. Give him a heap, but he's such a nice guy.
Dodsy, we weren't necessarily talking about title for Coleman's win. We were talking about just a race win. Like an overall win. Like where he's finished
probably have
P1.
win somewhere in those lots.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Here we go. Another part of the race. We've got another 20 minutes feature, reverse top 10, as we mentioned before, and Hamish will go through that for you right now.
So Billy Mole will start P1 on the road for race 2. Ryan Mueller P2 on the front row. Blake Fitzpatrick, Stephen Banks in behind with Chris Burridge and Troy Stonestreet for your top 6. Championship leader Angus Lawford will start P7 alongside Thomas Freeman for your top 8 cars, with David Coleman and Blake Warboys making up your reverse top 10. Darren Crosby, Brandon Levin for your top 12 here this evening. They'll start from P11 back, how they finished in race number 1. Jace Douglas, Mitch Muller for your top 14 with Andrew Rushworth, Greg Brooks, Russell Uren, Jake Edwards, the top 18, Jack Anderson, Jeremy Bush, the top 20, John Gallen in P21 alongside Trav Daly in P22. Mitch Noble and Adam Hughes will then start on the 12th row of the grid as we then move back to to Peter Pav, Stephen Kennedy, Troy Dooley, Roy Clark, Tim Mulford for the back end of the field. Steph McCauley, Matt Keane, Tyson McAvoy, your race controllers here this evening.
I think there's definitely a extensive use of comms there by Adam Hughes. So yeah, he's flapping his gums in there, saying that he had apologising for his running out of talent.
As in the safety car driver, or Hughesy ran out of talent?
Hughesy was referring to himself. Yeah. Alrighty, we're getting ready to rock and roll. I'm going to have my camera on Mr. Warboys, the legend, the man, the myth, the brand new daddy. Where is he going?
Mr. Warboys is P10.
He is. He's great little camera shot there. Waiting to rock and roll. iRacing in the background, billboard getting in some subtle advertising in over the top of our stream.
I do have an iRacing advertisement if we wanted to play it at some point, Sinker, since we are on iRacing.
Yeah, I'd love to not see it.
Oh, fair enough. Thought we might just like to represent what we actually go racing on, but fair enough then.
Can't wait for this. This is going to be spectacular. The boys coming through the pack. They've got some fast boys they've got to pass, so it's going to be very, very interesting. You know, people like Banksy and Fitzpatrick are not easy to get around. Mueller, Molly, Burridge, Stone Street, you know, Lawford. So, you know, Warboys, Coleman, Freeman, and Lawford have got a big job ahead of them.
They do, and it starts now as the lights go up for race number 2, the feature this evening of the Split 1 field. Lights out, we're underway. It was a rocket off the line for Tom Freeman inside the top 10. Warboys got away well too. Have they clipped it clean? No, they have it off the start line as that was Mulford into the wall up towards turn 1. Got a bit of side swipe action further back, but the front of the field, they've kept it nice and tidy once again as they rocket down towards turn 3.
Coleman's got himself in a nice position in front of Warboys at the moment, so nice and clean through there. Oh, a little bit of contact between, who's that? Billy Mole and Mueller.
They've done well to keep it clean. They kept it clean through 3. They've made it through nicely.
That was nearly 3 wide. Oh, a bit of contact there between the PER car.
Mulford and Pav, they were going elbow to elbow, wrestling off the line. They're keeping it going at this point as well. Mueller now in the lead though for PER, has passed Billy Mole at turn 6. Banksy on the podium. They've got Fitzpatrick, their former teammate, chasing them down. Lawford, the championship leader, inside the top 5. Freo up the inside, big dive. Nearly got it on Stone Street, did get it on Coleman. So Freo he is pushing his way forward at the moment, is Tom Freeman. As Bush and Kennedy have come together at turn 7, big moment down there in the Mustangs.
Ooh, they both look bent big time back there. Mr. Benucci, have you got your delivery in Alaska yet?
Oh, mate, that'll be a long time.
No.
You won't get that till 3 years from now, probably.
Oh, it's on a sled at the moment.
Oh, okay. So this is what happened with Jeremy Bush and Stephen Kennedy down at turn 7. So Kennedy going for the pass on Bush. So what's happened here? So there's a little bit of finagling. Oh, just a little curb up and then a rear quarter touch between them both. But for Mueller, this has been a terrific start, Sinker. Up into P1, Billy Mole P2. Freeman, though, has been on an absolute tear and a charge throughout this field already. There's Freeman pushing on throughout the field. Current running order of things: Mueller, Mole, Banks, Fitzpatrick, Warfare, your top 5. Burridge, Freeman, Coleman, Warboy, Stone Street, the top 10. Then Crosby, Douglas, Levin, Muller, and Rushworth battling forward inside the top 15 as well. Biggest loser of the race thus far, Jeremy Bush is down 7 positions, but Russell Uren is dropping quickly. He's now down 8 after getting swamped at the back of the field.
Nice work, nice work. Nice and clean. Tell you what, these boys have put on a great show. There's lots of marbles around now. There's some of those engines that go offline, they pick them up very, very quickly.
A lot of that tyre marbling, of course, not having to worry about sand too much or even grass, but just that tyre marbling that can build up. And if this race went from dry to wet, it'd be an absolute car park in a lot of corners just from the danger of the slippery surfaces over those rubber marbles on circuit. Drive through penalty car 55, nose to rear contact, lap 1, turn 6 with car 45. So that is going the way of Steve Kennedy.
Yes, well done, Mr. Benucci. 55, yep, he's going through. Mr. Benucci, probably through the international. It's been there for a week, for crikeys. I'll check that up, Mr. Van der Mueller, and I'll check Stacey's as well.
Lee Mueller in the chat. Let's go Ryan Mueller. Well, Ryan leads the way at the moment. Incredible run from the young fella at PER. He's got Billy Mole hot on his heels.
Bailey's called something
Patrick
in.
And Banks battling it out as well. Rushworth just dropping a position to Jake Edwards. He doesn't want to give this up just yet through the fountain. Anderson's there as well. Edwards swipes straight back across though, and Ando. So
that was really close.
Elbows are out between them.
Really close.
They are just. This is an absolute dogfight further back, and you can feel the pressure on board of the Serco VRT car as he hopes to get this job done on Edwards.
Browse just set the fastest lap of a 1:31.719 out there. That's about 5/10 faster than what Coleman and Warboys are doing at this point. Warboys is on the bottom camera, and Coleman fighting it out, coming through the pack. And he's really having a good sniff on the back of him. He's just gone on the inside line down to that first corner. Is he going to be able to take him through there? He has. Coleman has just followed him through.
Yeah, Freo's also now gotten past Burridge as well. Anderson and Gallen battling through turn 3. Gallen wanted an outside line. Couldn't quite get the track on the tyres. Drive through penalty car 216. Peter Pav. Contact on lap 3, turn 1 with car 777. Trav Daly. So unfortunately we missed that one, but Pav will have to come through the lane for that moment. This battle now with Gallen and Anderson, this has now allowed Edwards just to break away a little bit. A little gap, try and fight his way up to Rushworth, and then put the pressure back on him, try and find his way through inside the top 15 for Edwards. We know what he can do in a Supercar, Singer. He proved it last season in the Gen 2 car. It's whether he's had the practice in this Gen 3 machinery that he finds his pace and he finds his footing. As Pav's had a crash at turn 7. He's gone down the escape road. What has happened?
He's practicing his quick eject now. I'll tell you what, the battle on the bottom screen with Warboys and Coleman is he's just, he nearly got a tail round. He looks like he had front left wheel damage.
Yeah,
No, he's cooked that car big time now. Coleman and War Boys are really going for it, man. They're swapping panels and really fighting close, which is really cool to see.
Well, Freo's now managed to get his way up onto the back of Angus Lawford at this stage. Their battle looks to now fire up.
13 minutes left in here. So, as we predicted, it was going to be a tough slog to get to the front for these guys because the boys that are in front of them are really hard to pass. Lawford's not going to be easy to pass for Hughes. He's going to put a lot of pressure on him. He's got Fitzpatrick and Banks in front of him. At the moment, we've got Ryan Mueller, Billy Mole, and Stevie Banks, top three, 1, 2, 3. A nice little spin there. Who was that? Was that Brooksy?
Yeah, it was Brooksy down at turn 3. I think he might have gotten hooked up under brakes. Yep. Oh, rear compression.
Oh, yeah.
Just the slightest kiss can hurt the front of this car when it gets into the tyre barrier. We'll have to bring that in now and get that thing fixed up if it is hurting him on the road.
War Boys is really struggling to get past Chris Burridge at the moment. He's the bottleneck at the moment for Coleman and War Boys. He's got the elbows out, and the boys are trying, but they just can't get upside enough to get through. Who's that sideways there?
That's Russell Uren. So it appears there might have been contact with Trav Daly. So he had Roy Clark on his inside. Was there contact between them, and then Daly's just been oh, that's a big moment.
Oh,
that's a big moment. Uren a passenger at that point. Daly then a sympathy move. But for...
Show us that again. He lost a lot of traction coming through there.
He did. For Clark, this might look a little bit poor. So this is inside the car with Uren. Look at this. Wild ride through 7. Contact on the rear. Tries to catch it. Bang, straight in the wall.
Yep. Oh.
So there's nothing that Uren can
Blake
do.
Warboys has managed to pass Chris Burridge, and now that's got Coleman sitting behind Burridge at the moment, trying to get past that. So Blake is now closing up onto Lawford, who is sitting right behind Freo. Freo is having issues getting past Fitzpatrick.
Mueller could be on here for his first win. I mean, at this point, it's going to take some serious manoeuvring for Freo to get past Fitzpatrick. He's gotten past Lawford at this point, but he just has to try and find his way past Fitzy and then past Banksy, Mole and Mueller if he wants to get up into the winning position. And Uren has just entered pit lane with that damaged car. That'll be race done and dusted for him, unfortunately. For Russell,
we are just about to hit the halfway mark with 40 seconds to go to have 10 minutes left. And that is a big job for Threeman to get all the way through those boys. That'd have to be some amazing driving.
we know he's capable of it. The Blackout OPR driver.
Yes.
Drive through penalty car 28. Goes through contact lap 5, turn 5 with car 660.
Roy Clark.
That's Roy Clark at this point. So he'll have to traverse through the lane for that one, which we suspected, Sinko. I mean, it was Russell had nowhere to go. He was on the inside or the outside of the circuit leading into the corner and then got turned around. So it's unfortunate for him. Rushworth just losing a spot to Muller.
I'm going to go up the front end of the pack because these boys are 28. Drive-through penalty. That's Roy Clark. He's got himself a drive-through for that incident. The front boys are doing a fantastic job, man. Ryan Mueller, Billy Mole. Oh, we've got a tow request. That engine is blown. Roy Clark, he's cooked it.
What has happened to Roy Clark at turn 4-5?
He's come around.
Oh, the car didn't want to turn.
He's just, he just couldn't get the car rotating. That is definitely, it looks like a safety car to me for the position he's in.
It would have to be.
He's blocking the track.
He's in the middle of the track. I mean,
yeah,
that has to be a safety car.
I haven't heard it called yet by race control.
I've seen Steph Piccoli jump to pits. They've let him tow. Have they let him tow?
Okay, they've let him tow.
Steph's in pit lane. Has he towed or what's happened? Because he's just disappeared. It hasn't actually said if he's towed or not.
I reckon he's exited the server.
No, because it would still tell me if he's towed or not.
Oh, he's gone blue. Anyway, Maybe he's towed without permission because he wasn't given permission, so he'll probably get a drive-through if he comes back through onto the track.
He might have had a technical difficulty, and that's what put him in the wall, and then it's just gone, possibly.
Possibly.
But that's cost
or
us
it
a
could have
safety
been
car.
they've got a penalty and put it in the wall.
Maybe, who knows. Car's disqualified, so he must have towed without permission.
Yeah.
Or they've thought that he deliberately crashed before getting the penalty.
Well, we'll have to decipher that one later. No doubt I'll probably get another letter to the admin where I've got to review something again this week. Get a few of those lately, peeps. Get me busy. But these boys are doing a fantastic job. Ryan Mueller is taking control of this race at the front and really making Billy Mole work and chase him and follow him. And Banksy's done an exceptional job too. He's just sat there behind him and behind these two boys and just kept the pressure on. They have not changed positions apart from the swap between Muller and Mueller and Mole. Oh, Freo has just got himself on the podium there. He's taken the inside line on Banksy. Done a nice clean pass. And looks like Fitzpatrick was thinking of doing the same thing. He's right on the back of Banksy right now. He's waiting for the option. Is he going to pop out and try to have a go? He is popped out. Will Banksy be able to hold him?
Or a bit of a wall scrape there from Fitzy.
He's done well. Great driving by both.
He wants this move on the former team boss. He wants to sub-quote him, not actually quote him, because I don't know if he's ever said this, but maybe stick it up to Banksy for not being in the team anymore. Who knows? Who knows the reasoning for Fitzy wanting to get past him, apart from wanting to get P4 on the road.
War Boys is just about to mount a attack onto Lawford, but Coleman is sitting with 2/10 of the back of Burridge. Burridge has still got him blocked up. I'm going to switch my second camera to Coleman because that's a pivotal plot twist there, and we've got, here we go.
Oh, Billy Mole.
Oh, Mole's disappeared. What happened?
He's in the wall.
He's gone round.
Billy Mole's in the wall.
Oh, he was having such a great run. What's he done? Has he hit the bump and lost the front?
Yep.
Yep.
Lost the rear, into the wall. Freo through onto P2.
Oh, no. He was having such a great race there. Opened it right up there for Freo.
So now it is clean air for Freeman to chase down Ryan Mueller over the last 6 minutes of this race to claim a win for himself on the night and the round win for split one.
Yep. 6 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go and a bit. Coleman is trying to get past Burridge. He's really having a battle there. But there we go. As we talk about that, Lawford and good old...
Oh, Banksy and Fitzy, they're getting feisty.
Look at this. Oh, Banksy's kissed that.
Oh,
no, he's
the wall.
Oh, that little bit of tap to the wall that he did on his own there might have just cooked his car. He'll be cursing. I wouldn't want to be a fly on the wall in that room right now.
I really would not. So now the game has changed. If Freeman gets the win, War Boys has to finish P3 and you get the round win on count back for the higher qualifying position, for the pole position that War Boys got. For Freo,
Coleman is putting the pressure on the bottom screen. He is going hell for leather. He wants more points. He wants to be at the pointy end.
He does indeed. He will leave this round with a solid chunk next to his name.
Pivotal positions for points, eh? Blake War Boys on Fitzpatrick, and now we've got Coleman on Burridge.
I mean,
Anderson's just making the sandwich.
There's a heap of drivers in this. There's a heap of drivers in the points contest. Currently, Freeman would be winning the round for P2 and P3 in race number 1 and 2. War Boys needs to get back to P3 to better that.
Look at these boys go.
But Fitzy's not going to make it easy
here we go.
for him.
Coleman's having a sniff. He's gone out. He's gone over under. Will he get back under? No, he's just chosen to stick it out and keep going. We've got probably, 3 laps left?
Yep. Yeah, probably 3 laps. So Fitzy's making it hard for War Boys.
A few critical points to be made up by all these boys.
Anderson's in the wall at turn 3. that might be night done and dusted for the Serco car.
Yellow flag in turn 3. That's opened the doors up for the Blackout OPR boys behind him. 2 of them have just taken the advantage of going one place up.
It was a
Is
big
his car
lock-up.
cooked?
No, I don't think
No.
so. He's moving again, but it's got big
No,
damage.
he's back. He's back moving.
Oh, Banksy's made a mistake at 7. That's now let Brandon 11 inside the top 10. But
Well
Mueller
done, Brandon.
has got a hunt. Oh, he's getting hunted at this point by Tom Freeman, who is chasing him down lap after lap.
Yeah.
3 minutes to
Frio's
go.
Yeah,
2
Freo's
laps.
a second and a half behind here, what you can see there. And then you've got War Boys. He's down to 1.5 tenths off the back of Blake Fitzpatrick at the moment and putting the heat on like you would not believe.
So Freeman,
Is he going to make a go for it?
Let's quickly, last lap, Freeman went 0.74 faster than Mueller. If he can match that this lap, well, he'll be right on him for a final lap dash for the lead.
War Boys on the bottom. Oh, you've swapped it.
It's all right. It's okay. We can swap back and
There we
forth.
go.
It's okay.
Little bit of touch, making sure they can both fit around. War Boys is making sure he can get through there. Nice job. Lawford is following nice and close as well to make sure if anything goes adrift, he's going to take advantage of that situation. Look at this pack. We've got those boys all the way through. Lawford, Burridge, Coleman, Stone Street, Crosby, all bang, bang, bang behind each other.
It's heart in your mouth stuff at this point. Any small mistake, any wrong move, and it could blow up in their faces. For Fitzy, he just has to defend for his life to lock out this podium for himself.
Mueller's
For
down to
War
1
Boys.
second. Thomas Freeman's got him down under a second now. He's going to be putting the pressure on. As I was going bang, 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 all I could think of was Ricky Martin's song.
Long side, eat side out, living La Vida Loca for Ryan Mueller.
That's the one. Douglas, Rushworth, and Adam Hughes are having a great little stoush down the bottom, but we've got too much action in these boxes. Oh, this bottom screen. We've got War Boys having another look on the Fitzpatrick, but he can't get quite through yet. Fitzpatrick has got elbows out, doors open, windows, mirrors, everything out wide.
Final lap for Ryan Mueller. Final lap dash for Tom Freeman to put the Blackout OPR car back into P1 on the road. I don't think he's close enough for turn 3, but if he can carry some pace through the next sector, he might be able to set this up at turn 7.
He's been looking at it, he's been watching him, he's been to see where he's having the struggles to back it off. Freeman's very tactical when it comes to that. He'll be watching every move this guy's been making the last few goes.
He's right on him. 0.4 of a second for the final lap. Freeman's got one more chance to get this done. It has to be at turn 7. It's how willing he is to send this thing for the win. And if he can pull it off. As they come towards the braking zone. He's not quite close enough this time by. It's now going to have to be reliant on Mueller making a mistake or sending it in at turn 10 if he can get the run through the fountain. He's pushing the rear end of that PER car. Lawford's just got past Fitzpatrick, who's now also lost out to War Boys.
And not only that, but Lawford's got fast Fitzpatrick as well.
Yep, so change in the podium positions. So War Boys right now is the round winner unless Freo can get past Mueller in the final few corners. He's biffing and bashing him through.
Given.
He hasn't got the run. Ryan Mueller is just going to survive in P1 on the road. Freo's trying to run it through. Couldn't quite dive it up the inside. Mueller gets it done in 0.1 of a second. Over Tom Freeman at the front of the field. War Boys will come across the line. P3, the round winner this evening. Lawford will extend his championship lead. Fitzpatrick, Burridge, Coleman, Stone Street, Crosby, 11 your top 10. Importantly though, Sinker, Ryan Mueller was P2 in the title race coming into this event tonight. He's gained some crucial points on Lawford.
He's done spectacular, and someone please inform Thomas Freo that if it's not on, it's not on. Because that contact near the end was reminiscent of something we saw in Queensland supercar racing. What a race, man. These guys have put on a spectacular show tonight and never disappoint. Never disappoint. The V8 supercars, what great racing. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification button so you're reminded that this race is on. Have a look at these boys, what they do on a Tuesday night. They follow it up on a Sunday night with even more spectacle. It can't be missed.
His first win on the trot for Ryan Mueller here in the Tuesday Night Supercars for PER. He joined this crew at the start of the year, and it has been all guns a-blazing for him and the team. They took a D24 win in the officials earlier in January, and now they've backed it up with a race win here in the feature at Belle Isle in the Camaro for his first win in the series. A massive congratulations to Ryan Mueller. Tom Freeman probably needed another lap to get that win, but Warboys
I don't even
in
know if
the
he
end.
blew it. I don't know. He was close, but tell you what, Mueller was driving out of his skin. He had those elbows out. He did everything he had to do to keep him out.
He had to really, really push it. But what a race it was for these guys. Freeman, of course, on the podium here this evening. I just want to try and find that moment with Banks and Fitzpatrick.
Jamie Davis also wants to see the pass for Warboys on Lawford.
Yeah, we'll find that
and
as
Fitzpatrick.
well. We'll find that one as well.
Yeah, that was some great driving through there. Warboys fighting his way through. We had 10 minutes to go, and he was down in like 8th or 7th place. So fantastic job. He is gone up 7 places. Biggest movers tonight, though, in the feature race is Tim Mulford up 11 places, Adam Hughes up 11 places.
Oh, okay. So that would explain why there was that contact. So into turn 3, Sinker. Banksy's run it wide, caught the grass. That's then actually ricocheted his car out in the way of Fitzy. So there was actually no malicious intent there. That's just a mistake from Banksy.
That's not.
I thought they were just
his
getting
tyres would have been dirty still too.
Yeah,
So.
I thought they might have just been getting a little bit feisty with each other.
Yeah.
No.
His tyres would have been, rear end would have been dirty going through that grass then. And then the next impact move would have been, here we go, War Boys on
outside run as well at turn 3.
Yeah, and this got Lawford through as well. So Lawford stuck right behind War Boys here. We can smell the chum in the water.
You can. So that was when he initially nearly got it done.
Yep.
And it was later in the piece when he actually completed the move, which would be right here. So this was lap 13. This was a lap later. So he went out a lot later, much wider line. Fitzy then starts to move over to cover to get the entry into the corner.
War Boys, I mean, Lawford is just waiting for it, isn't he?
He is. So it must have been at turn 5 or 6, maybe down to 7. So we'll keep an eye on this of how it materialised for Blake Warboys in this move. Yeah, turn 7.
Fitzy,
Thanks,
turn 7.
Yeah, that's
Thanks, Fitzy.
Thanks, Fitzy. So it was down at turn 7. Great drive from Fitzy though tonight. Big hats off to him.
Oh, he had an absolute ripper tonight. Great little fighting there to hold off Warboys for as long as he could. That was spectacular. Here we go.
Oh,
that's a nice little tuck on the inside. That's pushed Fitzy wide and given Lawford the opportunity to jump in as well.
Yeah.
So Lawford's been waiting for that move, for those two to make a move for like 3-4 laps. He was just waiting for the opportunity, and he took the advantage. He did have a Verstappen.
We'll start there with our P3 here tonight and our round winner, Blake Warboys, who got P1 in race number 1 and then P3 on the road in race number 2. Blake, a nice recovery after last week's unfortunate events at Indy. But tonight you're back on the podium, you're back in winning ways, and you're back to the round winning ways as well. You gave up the gold number this week for the first time, and you haven't been able to regain it back because Lawford still had a good finish, but you gained some crucial points on him in both races.
Yeah, kind of surprised at the pace of the car. The setup just did not like what the weather did during the 2 races, so for whatever reason, so probably shouldn't have won the first race, and definitely shouldn't have got to where I was for the second because I had damage after lap 1, so it wouldn't turn left very well. So yeah, but good racing. There was some good hard battles there. Good fun.
You're too humble, mate. You're too humble. You cracked it. You did well. You did a great job there. That pass on Fitzy for the podium for the 3rd step was sensational. Well timed. He was sniffing at it for a while. Were you just looking to see where he was opening it up for you as you were going through the last few laps?
Yeah, sort of just sizing up where he wasn't really fully covering, and yeah, sort of found that was the spot like he wouldn't cover very well. So I went for the inside, and then he sort of jinxed to the left as I got to his sort of the side of him there, and yeah, got through.
Just
So
got through. I think I've got
yeah.
a new nickname for you, mate. I think it's going to be Daddy Warboys from now on.
Yeah, that's what the name is in our group chats for the team. So it sort of fits.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like it. I'm on the right wavelength then.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of support out there for everyone. Good to see. A lot of people are shocked that you're actually you've got a 3. Is it 3 weeks now or 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2-week-old, and your wife's letting you go. One of the boys wants to know if your wife's got a sister. For her to let you race, she must be a great woman.
Oh, she definitely is a keeper there. Nah, but
Yeah,
no
definitely a
sisters.
keeper,
So
so then-
sorry, guys. She's
That's been-
only daughter
Cool.
there. So yeah. She's even good with the go kart. She'll change the tires for the go kart. So yeah, definitely keep her there.
I love
Look
it.
at that.
I love
He's
it.
got his own pit crew now. He's
Yeah, yeah.
once the daughter's old enough, she can refuel the cart, and the missus can change the tires for you while you're just sitting back having a sandwich or something. So
Yeah, probably get in trouble for that.
probably
Yeah, maybe.
most likely. Sean Benici giving his congratulations on your baby as well in the chat, Blake too. So
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, but Blake, congratulations from us on your race win in race 1, your round win tonight, thanks to finishing in P3, and the fact that Freeman probably needed one more lap to try and get past Mueller. Otherwise, you still would have won the round because you had the pole position. So it was going to be hard for him to beat you on that one, but still, congratulations. Good solid chunk of points after last week's unfortunate events at Indy. And hopefully, if you can keep Indy as your drop round, well, with performances like this, you should be in the championship fight come the final round of the season. So a phenomenal job.
Yeah, fingers crossed. No more computer issues, and yeah, keep slugging it away. Times are getting really close. The racing's really good. So yeah, it's definitely not a split lower than what Sunday is. The racing's just as hard, so it's really cool. It's good fun.
Very good.
Good to hear. Good to hear, mate.
Let us know who helps get you and WKP Sim Sports out on track. Anyone else you wish to give a shout out to? For myself, Singer, and the rest of the league, congratulations on P3 in the feature and P1 in the heat tonight.
Yeah, thanks, guys. So shout out to Wodonga Carts and Parts and Croc Promotion Carts Australia for all their support. Stone Street Plumbing, Super Cheap Auto, and the Super Cheap Group. Pool Guys Adelaide, Barella Cabinets, LGC Images, Dave 37 Racing, Warboys Motorsports, Send It, Don't Bend It, and Ampere. And yeah, thanks for all the team and guys that were in racing today, and congratulations to P1 and 2 for the feature. It's good fun.
Very good, Blake. Best of luck next week out on track for Okayama, and best of luck on Sunday when we're back here at Belle Isle. We look forward to seeing how you go when you're next out on track with us.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks, mate.
Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Next up, we have our P2 on the road in the feature. Thomas Freeman, who finished with a double podium this evening. Fire up, Tom Freeman fans. He's in the chat. Can I just ask, where has Jake Edwards' talent gone, Tom?
I think when that Lobs contract got ripped up, when we were at Watkins Glen, the round 1 for the start of the series in the official races, I think he just parked it up and thought he'd hand it off to Adam Hughes, I reckon. So, yeah, I think he's...
God, didn't hand him much.
I think, I don't know, I think them boys have their own little skill group there, so, yeah, but they'll be right.
So what makes Freeman so special? Doesn't have to have the blackout OPR livery.
No. So I'm actually in the AM paint. So yeah, so I'm not in the not so fast paint. No. My paint is just to show off my YouTube channel. Pretty much.
Yeah, we get that, mate. A big question I've got for you was, what spot on this track was your spot that you were lining him up for a pass on? Because Mueller did an exceptional job keeping you behind him. He didn't give you much space, but was there a spot on the track where you were thinking, this is my spot, I'm going to try to find a gap?
Look, he drove exceptionally. I don't think there was one spot in particular. I think it was just my just the gain into the heavy braking zones. I think that's where my real that's where my real gain was. But apart from that, I don't think I was. Even if I got to him a little bit sooner, I still don't think I would have been able to do it. Yeah, Ryan, he was driving absolutely really, really well tonight. So yeah, I honestly don't think I would have got past him, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you back in the V8, mate, and back to see you in the SRW. Sporting your pace out there. You driving Sunday night as well?
I'm still on the waiting list, but I mean, if there's a free spot, a couple of minutes before. Actually, no, we got the OSR 12 hour on, so I might actually be away for that. But I am on the waiting list officially.
Excellent, good. Well, I know that James Scott wants to get in the action on Tuesday nights as well. So Tuesday night and Sunday night is going to be a good double double header for anyone who wants to watch some real good V8 racing. Mate, I'm sure that the Blackout OPR boys have given you a list of sponsors. Who do you got to thank and get you out on track, mate?
We'll thank all the boys, all the team, especially for the prep leading up to OSR. Everyone's been working pretty hard, and Shep's been doing a good job leading us in the right direction. So has a couple of the fast boys as well. For the list, I'll actually name them all here. So we've got Sim Rigs. So Sammy is over at Whittlesea. You can head down there. Palmerston Bakery is Adam Hughes. Distraction Sim Supply. Shunt Scenery is, I think, Greg Barbs. And DSM Painting and Decorating, which is an NZ painting company, which is Stefan McCartan. And also we got the wizard Corey Lazarus at Blackout Electrical Solutions. They're not a big list.
Thanks for telling us
Thank you guys, as always, for putting on the broadcast. And also thank you to Tyson and the boys and girls in race control tonight.
Tom, thanks for telling us what bakery to steer clear of, because we know that Hughes is there all the time. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, Tom, congratulations on your P2 and your P3 this evening across both races. Best of luck next time out on track. If you're with us for Okayama next week, we look forward to seeing how you go.
Thanks, boys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, buddy.
Next up, for the first time in P1 on the road for PER, it's been a little while between drinks for them for an overall win as a team, as himself. It's his first win on the road in SRW. Ryan Mueller, for the first time, you are an overall race winner here in the Supercars. You joined this team at the start of the year, and you guys have been all guns blazing ever since the start of 2025. You've got a new team, you've got a new lease on life, and, well, you've got a win next to your name. How do you feel after taking such a tough battle to the end with Freeman and having to defend against him for that final lap?
Oh, it was definitely a tough race. It was good racing from all the boys. I wasn't too confident after race one. I didn't really have the car where I wanted it to be, but happy to get the win there and, yeah, bag some good points for the championship.
Well, of course, you made some gains on the championship leader, Angus Lawford, tonight by getting this win. Of course, you were P2 leading into this round. We're not sure where you'd still be placed after tonight's events. I'd say you'd still be P2 after some great performances, double top 10 plus the win. Next week, Okayama, a little bit different scenario. Less, the walls are not quite as close, but definitely some opportunities to make mistakes. Are you feeling comfortable going into that race, seeing as it's a track that's pretty heavily seen in a lot of different official calendars out on iRacing?
I'm not too sure at the moment. I've done a couple of laps around there. There's a lot of setup I need to do and a lot of practice for this week, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it and hopefully we can keep this points roll going.
And what was the thought process like? Of course, you had Billy Mole behind you the whole race. He then has an accident. Freeman gets the free pass, and he's then having to chase you down for 5 seconds across the last couple of minutes. What was the thought process, and how was it dealing with that pressure of him just chasing you down and eventually getting right onto the back of you at the last few corners?
Yeah, it was the start was a bit. It was either I go for it and try to make a gap, so I went for it. It was a bit of a desperate move, but got that done. But yeah, Billy kept me on my toes the whole race. It was unfortunate to see him bin it. But yeah, when Freo got behind me, I was just trying to keep my car out of the wall and just keep putting laps down. But the car felt a bit average towards the end. But no, he had really good pace, and it was a good battle on the last lap too, so credit to him as well for the good racing.
Well, mate, we so appreciate you coming to have a chat with us. Congratulations on your first win here in SRW and your first win in SRW for your team as well. Let us know how helps get you and Pacific Esports Racing out on track. Anyone else you wish to give a shout out to, and from myself, Singer, the rest of the league, congratulations on the feature win here this evening.
Cheers, boys. I'd like to thank everyone at PER for all the help and support every week. Lake Edge Holiday Unit, Majors Garage for the awesome setups every week, One Shot Pest Management, Track Racer, 8 Rivers Photography, our partner W Energy Drinks, and my dad for getting me on track every week.
Very good, Ryan. Best of luck next week at Okayama. Look forward to seeing how you go. Take in that win and enjoy the taste of simulated champagne for the first time. We'll see if it becomes an addiction by next week if you try and take another win.
Cheers, boys.
Thanks, mate.
Congratulations, mate.
Well, Sinko.
Well, Hamish.
What a race.
Epic night tonight. Epic night.
Epic night.
Race the group split 2, fantastic running, and then split 1 just got even better again. And we've got a lot of these boys at the pointy end of this track racing on Sunday night, so it's going to be spectacular again because you got to add Leonards to this and you got to add Scott to this list as well. So it's going to be an absolute ripper. So make sure you guys tune in Sunday night at 8 p.m. for some spectacular racing on this very same track. And these boys, again, as we usually say, hats off to them. Exceptional driving. Even Coleman, very, very, very good race tonight. Bit unfortunate he couldn't get past Burridge in the end, but he did really well. And Lee Mueller, congratulations, Ryan. So well done.
Yeah, it was a great race from Mr. Coleman once again. We'll see if he can back that up on Sunday and show that pace once again. For the rest of this week on SRW, well, we've got some massive races coming your way. Tomorrow night for the Moser Racing Super Formula Championship, we go for round 3 out at Zolder alternate layout for another round of the season. Let me just check the format for tomorrow. It is a sprint race tomorrow. So a 20 and a 40 round Zolder. It should be an absolutely great event. On Thursday for the Shannon's Insurance Toyota GR86 Nationals, we will be racing, if I can actually select the calendar section, at the Legacy Lime Rock Park chicane layout for another sprint round.
Be awesome.
It will. It's a full week of sprint rounds this week. So they've also got a 20-minute heat and a 40-minute feature on the Thursday with James Parfitt and Sinker back in the booth for that one. Tomorrow night, myself and Jack Anderson in the booth for the Moser Racing Super Formula Championship. And then on Sunday, we're back here at Belle Isle for another sprint round of the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Championship for a 20-minute heat and a 40-minute feature where some of the fastest drivers in Australia will tackle it out on the streets of Detroit for glory and a chance at victory lane once again. A big shout out, though, has to go out to all of our series sponsors, including our title sponsors, Warren & Brown Tools, for their continued support of the Tuesday night Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Series and the Sunday night Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Championship, as well to Moser Racing for their support of the Wednesday night Super Formula Championship, and to Shannon's Insurance for their support of the Thursday night Toyota GR86 Nationals, as well as other series sponsors, Phoenix Driver Development for all your driver development needs, any setups, any training, contact Laz or Rehan Leonage, and they'll get you guys sorted with some sessions and some setups as well to Shunt Scenery, and as well to Grim Industries, home of the V8 Coffee Table, which can be found on Prime Video's Top Gear Australia during the news, interviews, and other studio segments. But I've been Hamish Munro, joined alongside once again by Steve Sinkovic. We'll see you guys next week for round 4 of the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Series out at Okayama. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moscow and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to snip on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanner